Top of the hour. Imagine that. Welcome, everybody. Another edition of another weekly edition of your Worldwide Woodturners Meeting. If you were looking for us, you found us. If you weren't looking for us, stick around because guaranteed, if you will see something that you may like and you may be interested in getting involved with. If you're new, because I see some new names here in the people that's came in so far. If you're new, let us know in the chat. Say, hey, I'm new, and we wouldn't mind, bringing you up and getting a introduction from you on, how long you've been turning, what you specialize in, what you like doing, how you found out about us, this, that, and the other, and then
We'll
at the
treat you
same
so many
time,
ways.
show us a couple of pieces that you've done. Go ahead, Billy.
I was gonna say we'll treat you so many ways. You're bound to like some of them.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I don't think we've ever ran anybody else. But yeah, it's welcome everybody. We got a good program. We got a lot of galleries came in so far. Well, not really. I know there's a lot more people out there that's got something to show. But all you got to do is let us know in the chat. Say, hey, I got something to show, and I'll put you on the list, and we'll start pulling folks up here in a little bit. Earlier, we were talking about level up. Registration's closed. Obviously, we got a full course load. We're maxed out now, so unfortunately, can't do anything about allowing others to register late. We've maxed out our
level up,
max
Dane? What is
level
level
up.
up?
Level up is where you're going to level up Worldwide Woodturners. It's a hands-on turning program that we're putting on up in Wisconsin Rapids on September 17th through the September 19th, 3 full days, one evening meal chow included. And there's going to be 4 sessions, 4 turning sessions each day, 6 lays at each pod, 4 pods. And then we also, corresponding with those, we also have off-lay activities that are going to be going on with various different projects. So everybody that's signed up is going to be working on technique, how to make something, just leveling up where they're at now. But when they leave level up, their turning game should be leveled up. It's something that Worldwide Woodturners is doing for Worldwide Woodturners, and of course, and then there's also a few people that aren't members that are coming. But hey, after they get to level up, I'm guaranteed they will be a Worldwide club member. So yeah, it's going to be a unique situation. We've got extra lays. We're going to have where we're able to mitigate, for freestyle events, something that comes up, on Thursday evening or a Friday evening where we'll be able to turn a project that's not on the books right now, wasn't planned for, and it just came up, through talk and discussion with others. There's a possibility that some turn at a slower rate, like myself. I turn extremely slow because I can't stand at the lathe very long. If you're turning on Thursday and you're turning on Friday and you don't get to complete your project, you'll 9 times out of 10 you'll be able to finish the rest of it up on Saturday. But almost guaranteed you'll be able to go home with a completed project, at least one, and 9 times out of 10, all 11 or 12 that you signed up for. So it's going to be quite the event that we've got going on up there. Again, it's September 17th to 19th. Anyone that all the folks that are coming up, and you have a little jump cord. There's a proper name for it, but it's a 12 gauge. It's a drop cord, but it's like a 3 foot cord. But on one end, you've got 3 plugs. It's 12 gauge wire. If you have one of them,
surge protector.
Nope, not a surge protector.
It's a multi-outlet on a extension cord. That's what it is. That's what he's talking about.
A splitter.
Pigtail.
Well, there's a special name for it, but I don't. And of course, I can't read it.
Shane, you
Ask
mean what?
but 12 gauge wire
Yep.
and a three holer. If you have one of them, throw that in your
Bucket.
throw that in the back of your vehicle and bring up. Because I've got a feeling we're gonna need a few extra of those.
Splitters.
Yeah, it's splitter. There's a special name for it. It's a fancy name.
Called a multi-outlet extension cord, pigtail.
There we go. But 12 gauge wire. And then so outside of that, if anybody has any questions for the folks that are coming up, go ahead and shout out now, and we'll see if we can't answer anything that hasn't been answered before.
Shane, how many people are registered?
We are going to have a true rookie, a young man that's never been at a lathe. So we'll have a true rookie.
That'll be good. That'll be good.
That poor young man. He's going to walk away there with his head about ready to explode.
That ain't no joke.
The current head, and Scott, the current head count is 70 right now.
Awesome. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic.
Yep. Yeah, so it's more than a gaggle.
Does that count coaches?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Is there a gallery? Is there a gallery there?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Make sure you bring a gallery piece.
No, I mean a gallery where people can stand and watch.
Yeah, people will be able to stand and watch. Yep.
Hey guys, remember we're supposed to bring 1 or 2 pieces for Chinese auction too.
Correct. Thank you, Dale.
I'm bringing a couple because I want to see what you guys think my work is worth.
And bring plenty of wood for swapping too.
Yeah.
Bring some of your real good pieces that you may not want to sell, so we can have a little gallery section too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to check with the border and make sure they'll let me cross with wood.
They will, as long as it doesn't have bark and it's sealed.
I saw a show last night that said it has to be heat treated and certified. So I'm going to do some checking.
All it has to be is sealed with a finish.
Okay.
Scott, does that mean if it's coated with like anchor seal, does that qualify?
No.
Okay.
It has to be sealed with like lacquer, polyurethane.
Ah, gotcha. So finished pieces.
Finished pieces.
If he's coming from Canada.
And no bark, if I remember right.
And no bark.
I'm willing. Look, if one of our Canadian attendees wants to bring a piece or two, and they're worried about carrying it across the border, mail it to me. I'll bring it up with me.
Joaquin, it's probably cheaper for me to drive down there than it is to mail it from here.
Exactly.
My God.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, plus mailing it is probably just as illegal as bringing it.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, we'd still have to have the same requirements.
I think the requirements for wood that's not finished, in the raw state, I believe it has to be sealed in wax, is what Cade told me.
Okay. I'll do some homework because I've got a piece of that cottonwood poplar burl that has somebody's name on it. Got some nice, I'd call it Manitoba maple. It's got some nice red in it. So I've got some wood I'd like to bring down. So
yeah.
And just check with your local forester or whatever they call them in Canada and see what's legal to bring across the border.
Yeah.
And you might want to check. You might want to check on the U.S. side too, because every state is different. What you can travel through the states with too.
Yeah.
I was just going to say, every country is going to have a different law. What's allowed in Canada may not be allowed across the border.
Right.
Well,
In-
I thought
in-
I'd cut a hole in the top of my gas tank and store it in there and.
There you go.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And
It'll
none of
work
us
out.
can either confirm or deny. We heard that.
Right. Yeah. We're all
Well,
just talking in jest. We're, as they say in German,
Allegedly.
we're mocking Spaß.
He was
We're
just
just having
joking. He
fun.
was just joking.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just telling jokes here.
Scott, does Wisconsin have any particular laws regarding bringing wood across the state line?
Only oak and ash.
What do you mean? They can't come?
transport oak.
Oh, yeah.
Can't transport oak in and out of the state, or even around in the state from one county to another.
Okay.
Same with ash.
Got to have
Okay.
something like a 70-mile radius, isn't it?
No, it can't be. Ash and oak can't be transported anywhere out of the county that it started in.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
same
Why
around
can't-
here.
Oh, out of. Okay. Out of. Got it.
Even if it's kiln dried?
Same in New York.
If it's kiln dried and barkless, yes.
Okay,
Okay, good,
Any
okay.
log form, no.
okay.
No,
I
no.
thought-
All my box blank. I was going to cut all my box blanks out of ash.
Right.
Kiln dried, so we're safe.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as it's kiln dry, I think it's okay.
Yeah, it's kiln
they're
dried.
trying to stop the ash borer
mostly-
beetle from going anywhere.
So basically what it is it restricts firewood movement is what it's doing. So if it's processed, if you got it processed into squares or rectangles or pen blanks, they're not going to say anything about that. It's stuff that looks like firewood is the only thing that you potentially could get stopped with, and it'd have to be a state
Right.
patrol officer that was going to pull you over for speeding or some other reason. They don't check at the border to see what you're carrying. If it's
This
not
is-
trailer, they're not going to question it.
So a trailer
This is-
load full of cut up
Maple.
maple will not be a problem.
Correct.
Shouldn't be, but they
Shouldn't be.
you never know, right?
Put
They
a
don't
tarp
know what-
over it.
Put a tarp over it. Don't expose it where they can see it. Put a tarp over it, and
Okay.
you got
This
less
is-
apt to be questioned about it, right?
Okay.
This
The only
is
place you're going to get once you cross the border, you're not going to get questioned about it.
Yeah.
Other
How
than you
much
got
will that
out of
weigh,
state
though?
plates, and they'd have to pull you over.
And then just make sure when you're driving, you make sure you keep your drink inside the cab, not outside, by the
Yeah.
mirror.
Oh,
I mean,
you mean I got to get my cup holder off the dash?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, heck.
this says
here
certain.
they don't pull you over for it.
Good.
You almost got to have another violation before they'll even question you about it, anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
I looked
Yeah,
it
you
up,
know,
and this says
Pretty much common sense.
Good gracious.
Good, Billy.
Common
Go ahead,
sense too.
Billy.
I looked it up, and this says certain non-regulated Canadian lumber without bark may enter without a permit, but all wood shipments must be fully declared to U.S. Customs and Border Protection upon arrival. If you can share specific tree species, et cetera, and which province it came from, they can give you more information. And that was Google AI. I just asked Google.
You're starting to sound like my son, Billy.
How's that?
Every
Yeah.
time I ask him a question about my computer, he says, Google it.
Yeah.
That's what my
Well,
grandson says to me.
Yep.
Google
Yeah.
it. But anyway, back to the gentleman that
Google
asked
is your
Dane-
friend.
Back to the gentleman that asked Dane the question, what is level up? It is actually a symposium that
not
we
a
put
symposium.
together ourselves, and we are just like going to have the time of our lives because we've all met each other for like 6 years or so. We're all going to get together and meet each other, and it's going to be something that's going to be so fantastic.
And consume copious quantities of liquid
Beverage.
refreshment.
It like Dane said, it is not a symposium. It is a hands-on
It's not, but it's
learning
what?
experience.
With a European flair to being able to do the freestyle, being able to change from this
Right.
direction to that direction. We've got that built into it just to make things interesting. So first one, it's going to be great. There's going to be some stuff that we're going to be figuring out.
There is.
And,
There's going to be issues. There always is.
Oh, yeah.
There'll be a
like
whole lot of shavings making.
and there's
That's
going
right.
to be
yeah.
a whole lot of shavings. That Wednesday on the 16th, we'll be doing the worldwide meeting up there. There will not be a primary demo scheduled for that night because primary demo will be what's going on with the setup and who all was up there at that moment. So that's any meeting you want to tune into. If you skip everyone every now and then, mark it down on your calendar on the 16th of September. That's one you definitely want to tune in for because that's going to be pretty cool with the collection of men and women that are going to be up there setting things up and getting things ready and prepared for the following 3 days.
Dane, what
and
time are
you'll be able to do what?
Sorry. I was wondering what time you guys are going to get started setting up there.
I'm guessing that
Scott,
a lot of Wednesday.
Hold on.
Setting up.
Scott's
Okay.
got the con on that.
Yep.
Scott, what do you think?
As early as we can on Wednesday. It just depends on how the equipment rolls in, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be an all-day thing probably.
Yeah, we'll be home.
My hope is to roll in around noon on Wednesday, and I'd like to help out if possible. So.
Yeah, sounds good. You're staying at the hotel, right?
They haven't told me I'm not yet, so.
Okay.
Dang it. I still need to call them and make my reservation.
Oh, wow.
Billy,
Me too.
Billy,
And Jim Nor just said there is absolutely no restrictions on the transport of cheese out of state.
That's a good thing.
Across the border, it's food.
Well, yeah, you won't be able to bring it across the border because of the cheese wars. Yeah, dairy war. Yeah,
that's funny.
Cheese biscuits.
One more question about Level Up. Joaquin, are you going to be bringing your new cullet holders to show us?
Yes, sir, I am.
Actually, that is a great segue. JJ, tell us about your new
Alrighty.
little two holders that you got.
All
Let me
right.
put you up on the big screen here.
I don't know. I would hope some of you know, or many of you know, I'm a representative for Bestwood Tools. And when I was demonstrating for them at the North Carolina Wood Turning Symposium last November, Vic asked me if there was any one tool you could make, what would it be? And I had to think for about 22 hours. I literally woke up at 6:30 in the morning the next morning, and on my way in, I was like, I know exactly what it is. And what it is this. I wanted a better tool handle. And I drew some sketches on a napkin for Vic and paper towel. And we went a little bit back and forth, and he helped design it. So I would like to introduce you to the Watai Signature Collet Handle Adapter. And you don't get this part. What you do get is a collet that is interchangeable, comes with a wrench and a clamping nut. And
Are they ER32 or ER25 collets?
ER20.
Oh, 20.
This is a 20. So maximum size is 5/8 inch. And that's a 5/8 inch collet in there in the clamping nut. And you saw it just came out. It comes with a 3/8 inch collet and a 1/2 inch collet. These
So
silly
5/8 is the biggest you said?
For this, yes. We can.
Okay.
we can probably do like the 25 or the 30. But this is kind of the in general, these are the most common tool handle sizes is 5/8, ½ inch, and 3/8 inch. So you see there's the 3/8 inch collet.
Okay, does the black cart come with it?
Yes, this whole section here is a solid piece of steel. It's 1 inch in diameter. Underneath the rubber, that's just a rubber cover that's heat shrunk on. It's 7/8 inch diameter interior. So you turn down your handle to 7/8 inches in diameter, fit it in there. I use 2-part epoxy. I use Bob Smith Industries BSI 2-part epoxy because it doesn't smell, but you could use any 2-part epoxy. It's got a 7/8 inch flats here, so if you need to, you can use a wrench to tighten your collet. And what's really cool is it works real simple. I don't know if you could hear that, but it just clicks in.
Yep, I heard it.
And then you just put your tool handle in there. And if your hands are strong enough, you can hand tighten this. You can change this out by hand. It does come with a wrench. That's a 5/8 inch wrench. This is a Thompson blade, and it actually, Munchie, will you Munchie? It actually has a step up in diameter. I'll show you. So the wrench is exactly 5/8 of an inch. This Thompson tool steel actually has a step up in diameter. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Yep.
So unfortunately, you have to take your Dremel to the inside edges of the wrench. Munchie, stop. You have to take your Dremel to the inside
We can't
edges
hear
of
him,
the wrench.
Joaquin.
We can't hear him.
Okay, well, she's screaming her head off.
Yeah, we can't hear.
Okay, good. Anyway, I am absolutely in love with this. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, I can use 5/8, ½ inch, 3/8 inch, including things like a drill bit for a depth hole. With a 3/8 inch collet, I can put a 3/8 inch drill bit on there and drill, swap them out to the spindle gouge, bowl gouges. Any round tool handle fits right in there. It's drilled about 1.5 inches deep. So from here to here, you've got 7/8 of an inch solid wood, and then it's drilled here. So you've got 1/8 of an inch, but you've still got wood all the way up. And I've been using this for more than a month. I have done everything from rounding an extremely oddly shaped piece of pecan burl that was super dry, so it was pecancrete, to hollowing using my Bosch medium hollowing system, which is 5/8 of an inch. And I cannot make a tool come loose. I cannot break this. This is solid. It is awesome.
What all comes with that? No, what all?
So what comes with it is the 5/8 inch collet, the ½ inch collet, the 3/8 inch collet, the clamping nut, and the wrench. And the rubber cover comes in colors. So you can select a different color if you want. Right now, because this is the first time that they're offered, they're on an introductory special for $99.95. That price is going to go up in September.
In September.
In September. So your best bet for the best cost is to order one now if you want to buy one. Here's why. Bestwoodtools.com.
Bestwood.
Yeah, Bestwood Tools. And hang on, I'll slap a link in the chat. After I finish, I'll put a link in the chat for you guys. Here's what I like about it. I'm going to have 2 more fully made on handles with me. So everybody at Level Up will have a chance to try it, to use one. If you want to turn a piece using one of these, you'll have the chance. What I like about it is this morning, I was doing a live demonstration of it on TikTok, and I picked up 4 regular tool handles, this handle and 3 regular tool handles, and it took me 2 hands to hold them. So that much space to put in a bag, say, if you're flying to go demonstrate in another state. Or 1 handle, and I had 7 different tool blades in 1 hand, all that would fit in this handle with the 3 collets, and the wrench.
What's
Huge space saver for traveling and demonstrating.
What's the price increase going to be? Do you know?
I don't know what his final markup's going to
Once you
be, but
need
I
it.
really recommend if you can buy it this month, buy it this month. It's pre-order, and he's going to raise the price when he ships the first pre-order, which should be the first week of September.
Okay,
JJ?
shipping cost.
I don't. I think that depends. Right now, it's flat rate shipping from Bestwood Tools. It's $5 right now, but I can't tell you. That's Vic's
cheap.
business. I don't.
JJ,
Just have my name on this tool because I helped design it.
Yeah,
JJ,
that's
are
really
you-
inexpensive.
I'm sorry.
Are we going to have a discount code for Level Up?
We will have a discount code for Level Up, and there's a possibility. I'm working on Vic. It might be site-wide for Bestwood Tools. So that is, I've already got him committed to a discount code. I can't tell you for how much, or if it's site-wide or not, but we will have a discount code for this. And I should have a naked kit where you just can see what the kit entails. The collets come in these silly little boxes. But the reason this came about is my first 5/8 inch Thompson blade is this long. And so once you get to this round part, it's really hard to clamp it into your Wolverine jig. Because you don't have a flat here, and that Wolverine jig likes a flat. Well, when you've got 15 or 16 inches of handle hanging out behind it, that becomes dangerous to sharpen that tool because you've got barely any blade, and you've got all that handle. You've got to stand way back around this handle, right? Well, when you take the handle out, then all you're dealing with is the blade. It's much safer, and it's much easier to sharpen on using the Wolverine jig. And this is, I have to be careful or I'll cut my fingers every time I keep doing it. Every time I sharpen, I go, oh, is it sharp? And I cut myself. Get much sharper blades. But the other thing I like about it is this is the handle I made specifically for this prototype. My favorite handle I made almost 5 years ago, and that had my first 5/8 inch blade that's almost worn out in it. And
somebody's got a TV or radio on. Please turn it down, turn it off, and mute yourself.
I was very frustrated because I've used that handle almost daily for 5 years. I am intimately familiar with that handle. You guys seen me demonstrate. You saw me make a lidded box with a 5/8 inch bowl gouge with that handle. And I wanted to find a way to save my handle. Well, my handle's got enough meat because it's traditional with a ferrule. It's got enough meat that I can actually turn down that wider part and where the ferrule was and fit it into this adapter. And this whole end of my favorite handle will all be the same. So I never have to lose my favorite handle for the rest of my life. It'll be with me. This adapter is a ferrule. Solid wood goes all the way up in here, and then you drill out, and you only need to drill out about 1.5 inches. In fact, if you look at the Thompson tool, you only put 2 inches into Thompson's handle, and that's why it's wide. It's flared there, and it literally does the same thing in this collet. It only sinks in there 2 inches. So I didn't even have to drill out a full 1.5 inches because you've got 1 inch up here. So you could potentially have 2.5 to almost 3 inches of solid wood if that's the way you want to go.
Hey JJ, can you turn it around and put the business end in first?
Not the Thompson because it's wider, but anything that's strictly 5/8 all the way, you can put the business end in. So like my 1/2 inch or my 3/8 inch gouge, I just stick it right in there and the point in so I can travel and I've got a dull end. Or Carter and Sons makes the 2-ended gouges.
Right.
So you can do that. You can put a drill bit in here. I don't recommend putting anything bigger than 3/8 of an inch because of the torque on your hands. But the 3/8 inch collet will hold a 3/8 inch drill bit and drill depth holes all day long. If your hands are strong enough, you could tighten this by hand and it will not come loose if your hands are strong enough. If your hands are not strong enough, you do have the wrench that comes with it. Now here's something, the traditional ones with the grub screws, I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but the grub screws chew up the tool steel. And if you take your tool steel out to sharpen it and put it back in, that chewing up becomes a cumulative damage to the tool steel. Collet squeezes at 360 degrees. It doesn't tear up your tool steel. It doesn't leave a mark. It also, the tool steel or the traditional grub screw handles, the grub screws are on one side and they push the tool steel to the opposite side. Depending on how well made that is, that might not make a difference because it's tight enough tolerances that it doesn't move it. But if it's not very well made, it'll actually off-center your tool steel. You can't do that in a collet. It's centered all the time. But really what's, I think, the most useful about this is this one handle will hold any 1/2 inch, any 3/8 inch, and any 5/8 inch tool, no matter what the tool is. It'll go in this handle. So if I'm traveling to demonstrate, or if I turn out of my toy hauler, and I live in an RV or whatever, I don't have to have 73 different tool handles for all my tools. I can have 1, 2, 3, or 4 for all my round steel tools and use those handles interchangeably. And it's so fast to interchange. It literally, I took the tool steel out. I want to change the collet size.
JJ.
Yes.
I'm fixing to order. Do we have a coupon code that I could put in?
Not on that introductory offer because it's marked down to bare minimum.
Okay.
That's the cheapest price it's going to be.
$5
and the $5
flat
shipping.
Flat rate on $50 or more.
Yeah, the site wide. Yeah. So that fast, I just changed to 3/8 of an inch. If you're demonstrating, how many tools do you bring so that you say you're using a 5/8 inch bowl gouge and you're demonstrating a bowl turning class? How many sharp bowl gouges do you bring so that all you have to do is pick up another gouge to keep going rather than stopping the demonstration and going to sharpen if the club has a wheel and a Wolverine jig? 2 or 3 or 4 gouges, right? How about just bringing the blades in one handle? That's a thought.
JJ,
I promise you, I have done everything I can intentionally. This is the prototype. I have tried to break this. I cannot break this. I cannot
break it. I'll break it for you at Level Up.
Okay, I dare you. You know what, Dane? If you do, I will buy you your own, and I'll sign it personally. If you break it, I'll buy you one.
I'll hold you to it. I'll hold you to it.
Yeah, you got a lot of witnesses
I
here.
will break it.
He'll put it on a shelf next to his laser pecker.
I'm bringing a piece of wood up, and I'll break it.
Not the handle, the actual collet adapter. If you break it, I'll buy you a new one.
I'll break it where it's drilled. I'll break it where it's drilled in.
Not the wood now. The adapter.
Nope. I'll break it where the metal goes in the wood.
Oh, right here.
I'll break it where the metal goes in the wood.
Okay. We'll see. You talking desert ironwood?
Nope.
Okay. You know what? Challenge accepted. I will buy you your own set.
Right. We got it. This is being recorded.
Challenge accepted. Absolutely. Look, I have thrown everything I have in my shop at this, and I cannot break it. I cannot.
If he can't break it, he's got to give you something.
JJ, if you don't break it,
I'll give him a raise.
Give it a laser. If he
doesn't break it, 50% is zero.
I am a man of my words.
If he doesn't break it, take his laser pecker from him.
There we go. So here's an example. This is Purple Heart and Spalted Elm and Purple Heart. I turned this yesterday, and
nice.
I turned this entire thing using this handle only. I used the 1/2 inch bolt gouge. I used my 3/8 inch spindle gouge. And I used, did I depth drill this? Yeah, I used the 3/8 inch depth drill. All this handle took me about an hour and 15 minutes from start to finish, including sanding and finishing. One tool. And that's what really I think is the biggest deal about this is when you make your own tool handle, That's your handle. It fits your hand. You break it in. You use it every day or as often as you can. That's the first thing you reach for in the shop. So you always want the handle that works the best for you when you're doing your best work, right? Well, this way, no matter what size blade you're using, you're always using your favorite handle, the one that works best for you. And all you got to do is just switch out the steel size. And that, I think, is probably the most impactful part of this tool. For me, my favorite tool handle, I was going to have to throw it away. Now I can save it and rescue it, and you'll see it. I'm actually going to make a YouTube video. You will see my favorite tool handle get adapted with this, and I'll be able to pick up the handle I've used every day for almost 5 years until I'm gone. And that, to me, means everything in the world. So you guys are really kind of who hears about it first. And I really highly recommend, if you can do it this month, buy it this month, because it's the best price you're ever going to see. It will be at SWAT. So that price, I think, will still be in effect at SWAT. Vic will have it at SWAT. I will have 3 made handles, and I should have a kit. I should have a kit that you can handle and play with and see and put your hands on at Level Up. That'll be Dane's kit if he manages to break this. So
you know what? We'll auction it off, and me and JJ will both sign it.
There we go. But I would not have said, yeah, call it by my name to Vic if I didn't believe in it. And I 100% believe in this tool. I can't make this. I can't even. I was turning with my 3/8 inch spindle gouge, decided I needed to step over to the 1/2 inch bowl gouge for some reason. And I went, and it was that loose, and the spindle gouge never moved. I'm not even sure how. I just must not have tightened it down far enough with my hands, but the spindle gouge never moved while it was in there. The ER collet is the premier collet that's used in the machinist world to hold things like ball gouges and ball. What are they? End mills.
Ball mills.
Ball mills, end mills to go into the hardest metals available.
Milling machines.
Yeah, they use these in milling machines. This is solid.
Use them in our boring heads, or at least I do.
Yeah. This
and,
is,
and if you got a good collet chuck set up, you're using the ER32, set up for it, for when you're doing your small turnings and whatnot. So very good.
Works.
All right, sweet.
It works. I got one more gallery item.
Thanks for the introduction on that. While we got you here, JJ, go ahead and show us what you got, since you're number one up on the list.
Well,
here.
so I showed you my little purple heart bowl, and this purple heart was left over from this. Our little old lady Jingle Bell passed away, and Mama wanted something special because she was a princess, and purple is the color of royalty. So this is Jingle Bell's urn. She's not in there yet. I saved it so that I could show you guys, but it's about 1/4 inch thick all the way. I turned a bowl, glued on a middle section, cored it. This is the core. And then turned another bowl and glued it on top, and then did the foot and the threaded insert of blackwood. And so that is a very personal pattern for a very special, puppy. And that's what that took me
really
almost
nice.
a week. And I don't care that it took me that long because it was special. So that's what I've got for gallery. Newsletter was only 4 pages long this week. And that's because I only had 4 pages worth of photos sent to me. If we want more newsletter, we need more pictures. We need articles. We need walkthroughs, step by step. We need process. All of that will go into the newsletter. If you need help writing it, I was a professional editor and reporter, and I've published 2 books of my own. I'll help you write it. Dane can help you edit and write it. I'm sure that there are other people that are members of the club. If you need help writing up steps, I'm not volunteering him, but Jim Duxbury is a regularly published wood turning author. He might be able to help you write it if you pick up the phone and ask him nice enough. And I'm not volunteering you, Jim. I'm saying there's another resource available in the club. There's plenty of us who can help you if you don't think you can write something.
Yep. I'll be more than happy. I do it all the time.
Absolutely. I did that day in and day out for 60 sailors while I was on active duty. It's not a problem. I'll help you. But you guys make the newsletter. It's not me. I just collect all the pictures and stick them on a page. Essentially, every newsletter is, those jigsaw puzzles that are completely just blank white. It's just puzzle pieces, and you have to figure out how to fit all the puzzle pieces together. That's what your newsletter is. And that's what I do is I take all these random photos of different wood turning and make it make sense. But I can't make it make sense any longer than 4 pages if you guys don't send me artwork. So please, if you share it in gallery, all you have to do is email high resolution photos to editor@worldwidewoodturners.org, and I will put the link in the chat. But the length of the newsletter directly reflects how many people send in their images. And the requirement to send it in is email it, high resolution photo. And if you're listening to me tell you this, you're a member of the club, so you already qualify. That's it.
But in order to understand how this came about.
And that's all I've got.
Very good. Thank you, JJ. Once again, good newsletter. Go ahead.
I know he's got some photos of mine that didn't make the newsletter before. You've got permission if you're short to put those in.
Yes, sir. And I do go back to print and fillers. I do go back to bring in fillers if I need to. Yes, absolutely. And it just depends. The other thing I do is I try to put in your most recent one. Okay. So if you sent me something a month ago, but you sent me something 3 days ago, I'm going to use the one that I got 3 days ago because that's what's happening now. Does that make sense?
But since I've been laid up, it's been like 5 months since I've been able to send you anything.
Yes, sir. And I will, and I do go back when I need to fill holes. And like Jeff Walters sends me pens all the time, and I can't tell him don't stop because pens are nice, small, skinny, and so I can fit them into places that are weird shaped blanks. But a pen works perfect. So never stop sending me pen photos. Never. You're shooting pens. You're making pens. Send them in. That's wood turning. If you made it with Corian, that's still wood turning. I'd love to see some Fortnite pens.
JJ, I've got pens that I made 2 or 3 years ago that I've never sent pictures of.
Yeah,
I can send those for you, so you got them to fill in a spot. If you've got
pens are great.
You've got
hole
4.5 pages, you'll have something to fill in the.
Pens are great hole fillers, goblets, things that are vertical, because most of what we turn, or a lot of what we turn, is horizontal. So I end up with weird shaped holes that are vertical. Lighthouses fit in those, goblets fit in those, pens can fit in those, But that's what I do. That's the puzzle piece. That's what I do. I make the puzzle work, even though it's only it's white and just puzzle pieces, and I have to make them all figure it out. That's what I do. But you guys got to send me the puzzle pieces, please.
Right. That's right. All right. So with that, let's go to once again, JJ. Awesome job on everything, and congrats on your new tool line. Everybody give him a round of applause. Even though we won't be able to hear it. Here, let's do a little reaction.
I honestly wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the club.
Here we go. I'll give you some little party poppers there.
JJ, did I send you a picture of that zebra wood platter?
No, Billy, I don't think you did. You sent the last thing I got from you was it's in the newsletter. No, it's in the last newsletter. I think it was Square Challenge. But send it again. If I've already seen it, I'll remember it.
Okay. I haven't sent my Square Challenge yet.
Okay. And you can still send Square Challenges. Please. Nobody's saying don't send them. If you got them, send them.
All right. So with that, let's go to Mr. Tom Wing. He's got an update from his demo last week.
Oh, okay.
Tommy.
Let me run over there. You're going to have to switch this over to my cell phone because that's on the other side of the shop.
Which one's your cell phone?
Well, it says Samsung on it. I don't see it on here.
All right. I see it. I got you.
I'm coming.
Nope. Now we see them.
Yeah.
You got the
Oh, look
you got
how
the
look at his
you got the
bowls. They're
windowsill lined out.
beautiful. Oh wow.
Okay.
Oh.
I used all 6 of the pieces there, the flakes that I had. And if you notice that the bowls that have a curve on the top seem like they present a little bit better, I believe. These two are a little flatter on the sides. And so this last one I built, I put a hat on it. Then
Beautiful.
Nice.
I turned a specialty tool to accept the leather cord. And this thing must have been a cutoff tool at one time, but I just ground it down so it kind of fit it. I mean, it really fits the cord very well.
Could you bring it a little closer to the camera, please, sir?
How's that?
Put your camera down there, or grab a hold of it with your hand and bring it closer to the camera, I guess is what was being asked.
Well, I can't see what I'm doing here.
Oh.
Oh well, never mind.
No, that's good. No, that looks
There you
great.
go. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Oh, here we go.
Yep.
Can you see that?
Yep. We see your pointer, screwdriver, your gouge. Don't ding up to finish.
I think this was a cutoff tool at one time, but boy, it sure is thin.
But
But
yeah, you did a
anyway,
good job on the demo last week.
I thought it was kind of interesting to see all the different colors that were presented in that package of 6.
Right.
Finding the color, you use red, red to purple on one and blue to blue on the other side.
Your mic is breaking up, Matt.
These 3 are Bradford pear. This is peach. This is walnut, and this one is elm.
Yeah, they came out really nice.
Well, I keep learning more things. Every time I do it, I figure out something different. So maybe someday I'll be an expert at it.
There you go. You're going to have an entire series.
Yeah, after I make 100 of them or so.
No, you don't need that many.
Before long, we'll be calling you the Big Turner.
Okay. Thank you.
Very good. Thanks, Tom. All right.
Thanks,
Let's
Tom.
see who's next on the list. Let's go to Mr. Kingsley. Dave, we got you.
Well, I showed this last week along with a trashed lid. So I did get out and I made a lid out of redbud.
Oh wow.
And I had a little bit better strategy for holding it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like the
different.
shape. Yeah. It's
Thank
an unusual. I like that. That's nice.
And then I made a little redbud hollow form.
Oh wow, that is just the figuring that is just something.
Oh no, you left
Yeah,
the piff in it. Oh my God, you left the piff in it. Piff is wonderful. Way to go, Dave.
Well, this was a challenge because as I was turning the inside, that's just sort of started to come out.
Right.
And I basically had to add a little filler with some of the sawdust. And
Yeah.
see,
It turned out good.
And my wife says,
I love it.
My wife
I
says,
love
what
it.
did you color that with? And I told her, I said, I don't own any coloring.
Yeah. Your wood is always really pretty, really pretty.
I've been very fortunate. Although I have lost my in with the Arboretum.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
That's
Well, it was the college I used to work for, and
yeah.
the college closed down, so there
Yeah.
goes my.
Wow.
Yep. Yep. Right.
You
Yeah.
win
Good job
some.
on that.
Well, thank you, but yeah, I think I've been very fortunate with my wood.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I like it when a vessel is done with the pith on the sides.
Yeah.
I like doing it, and I like seeing it.
And Dane, I have a good swap for you for that some of that mesquite. I'll bring you a chunk of boxwood.
Okay. Oh, yes. Sounds good to me. All right. Heck yeah.
Sounds like a deal.
Yep. Yep. You heard it here.
But
All right. Thanks, buddy.
That's it for me.
All right. We'll get to, let's see, who's up? Oh my God. It's the infamous AI guy.
So, yep,
What do you
that's
say,
what I should
Al?
have said.
What do you say, Al?
I hope everybody's doing really good. I mean, the whole friggin' night is like superb. I mean,
Yeah, it's
wow,
just electric.
so much stuff going on. It is. It really is. This level up. This is gonna be just crazy. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Well, here I got my Panama hat.
Ah, look at you.
Well, isn't that deboner? I mean,
Yeah.
debonair.
There you go.
And I varnished it and stuff, and I still have the tenon on it because I went through it, and I put just I tore through it right here, you know, and I put some of this wood on it, but I don't like it, so I'm gonna try just work with it, take it out, and I kind of like what I did, you know.
I don't think I'd take it out.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, I don't think I'd take it out. That's just part of the
It's almost
what
like a
you
Panama.
what you
That's almost
created.
like that's a Panama Jack.
Sawdust. That's just sawdust glued in there is all it is.
That's just character, Al.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think I'd take it out.
So that should be the front side then, huh?
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Hey, Al, the only thing missing is a little spanky spinner up there on the top for you.
Well, okay, I'm too old. What's a spanky spinner? What is it?
No, you're not too old. Little
Little rascals. The little
Spanky spinner on his hat.
Don't you remember Spank?
Oh,
little propeller,
no,
you know.
I'm old enough. I'm old enough. I'm old enough for that.
Yes, you are.
Yep.
Well, I know if I'm
Yep,
old
I
enough,
do.
you are. 'Cause I'm the youngest one on right now, I think.
No. Hey, really,
That's great. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Tonight, believe me, really great stuff. Everybody have a good night. Everybody
All right.
be safe.
Thank you, Al.
Thanks,
You guys
Al. I
be
love
great.
your hat. I like it.
Right? All right. Let's go to Mr. Roger. What you got, buddy?
Hey guys, I haven't had much chance to get out in the shop this week. I've been working on some other projects and homeowners type stuff, but I did get out for about half an hour or so, and I got me an
Ooh, look at that. Got
it's
a heart shaped
yeah,
patty edge.
it's crab apple.
Angel wings. Angel wings.
Crab apple with down the
got that
feather.
Yeah. Great job.
Yeah.
Looks like
Wow.
an angel inside.
It does. It does.
Wow.
Looks like angel wings.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I bet that Nikki girl could do something with that and make it really into it.
I tell you, that is
Smoking.
angel wings.
It is.
Nice. Angel
It's really
wings.
nice.
You
That's
caught the wood.
fantastic.
You caught the wood just right there. You caught the wood really good right there.
Yeah, I did doing that pretty good for. I didn't know what I was going to get out of it, so
right.
That's all I had. That's all I really had, and I was just trying to show something this week.
Very good. Thanks, sir, Raj. Patrick, we got you, sir.
Get myself unmuted.
You're unmuted.
You're good.
Get rid of that.
Eh,
That's just a little pear box out of the heartwood.
Oh, that's nice.
Nothing special, just something for my wife. She likes little boxes. And that's a piece of sweet gum.
What's it called?
I thought
Sweet
it had some
Huh.
Sweet
it's
gum.
called
pretty
sweet
figure
gum.
in it.
Love
Sweet
the
gum.
shape. Love the shape.
That was just a quickie one afternoon. It was a little small piece, and I said, I'm gonna see what's on the inside.
Nice
Pretty
Chatoyance there.
good, yeah.
Nice.
And that's another piece of it. Did a little
and
little
Mr.
piercing on it.
Piercing, yeah.
Daisies.
Did you draw those on there, Patrick? Is that how you got them all so perfectly matched?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Drew them on and pierced them.
Yeah. Cool.
That was slow going.
It was worth it.
I'll tell you what, that's pretty inspiring. That's pretty inspiring. Really,
And
really, Pat.
this, I don't know what you call it.
A gear.
A Reese cup.
There you go.
But it's a bow with a lid.
Ah. There you go.
Scallops.
I call it cool. I don't care what anybody else calls it.
Right? I think that qualifies for the
Reese Cup.
The Reese Cup challenge. Also,
I do
so
too.
folks, don't forget about the Reese Cup challenge.
How many spaces was that? Was that 24?
24.
36? 24?
24 feet on it.
Wow.
He made a Reese cup that will hold Reese cups.
There you go.
That's just one of them.
Oh, wow.
He's got the next one.
That's the
See,
Reese
that
Cup.
really is a Reese Cup.
There's a Reese cup.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, Pat, that's cool.
Patrick wins.
Whoa, you do win, Patrick. You are definitely the winner.
Never mind. There's the Reese cup.
You got the $25,000.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's,
All right, well,
that's 48 flutes.
Wow. So
Wow.
did you stain that outside, Patrick, to get that color?
No, it's
No.
natural color. It's a piece of that sweet gum.
So what did you use? A router bit?
Wow, that's great.
Did you use a router bit?
Hole saw on the drill press.
For 48 times? 48 times?
Yep, 48 cuts.
Did you?
Okay.
Tilt
You tilted.
Patrick is the whole saw king.
Did you tilted the platform?
There's common sense to it.
Yeah, the table was tilted at 12 degrees this way, and each one was cut at an angle.
Wow.
How did you hold the piece to keep it from slipping whenever you were drilling the grooves?
I put it in the jig that I made for making the scallop bowls.
Okay.
And it turned up like this, and then I put a small board across the top of it and put the clamps on it. And up here I had a real small hole with a dowel in it, so it would turn on a true center.
Okay.
Wow.
And would lock down each turn 48 times.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm calling Uncle. I'm not even going to try.
Me either.
That's incredible.
And this one somebody ate the Reese cup out of it and left a wrapper.
I bet it was your wife, because you wouldn't have
Very
done that. It had to
possible,
be your
'cause
wife.
She loves Reese cups.
Who doesn't?
I know.
That's another piece of that sweet gum.
Wow.
It's pretty wood.
It is. I've never seen it. I've never seen it up close and in person.
Yeah, it is. That's really nice.
Yeah.
And this one's got 48 flutes also.
Wow. Did you get a wrapper and count them?
No. I don't know how many's in there. That was just the most I could do on my indexer.
Oh,
It
okay.
only goes to 48. So
Wow.
I didn't sign up for your
Great job.
class. I didn't sign up for anyone's classes. I'm planning on bouncing to every single person. And what you're doing there is amazing, Pat. It's amazing. And I'm going to be
thank you.
bouncing in all over it.
Yeah. Wow.
It is. That's really something. That's really something.
That's
Well
all I
done.
got.
Well done.
Wow. That's
Can't
all
wait to
he's
see
got.
that jig. I
That's
cannot wait to
all
see
I've
that
done
jig.
this week.
Wow.
Can't wait.
That's all.
Can't,
All right.
That's all.
Thanks.
Good stuff, Pat.
Thanks,
That's all.
Pat.
can't,
All
can't
right.
wait to see that jig.
Let's go up and see what Mr. Pullman is doing. Hey Ron, what you got, buddy? Good seeing you. It's been a while.
Well, I got a lot of things I'm doing here, So, besides
Yeah.
turning. Anyway, one of my daughters has some friends that are getting married, and my wife and I got to know them pretty well. And her daughter, my granddaughter, said, "Can you make something special for their wedding?" So I said, "Well, we'll make some pepper out of walnut and a salt mill out of maple,
Nice.
Yep.
Very nice.
like 6 inches, and then." To make it a little special, I made a matching base out of
Oh, cool.
interlocking
Oh
wood like
wow.
that.
That's
Look
cool.
at that.
And it's, we're going to send a little message about how, being together is like being interlocked like this and so forth.
That is really pretty. That's really pretty.
And then I don't know if you can see this or not, but this is a message where
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought a
cool.
laser pecker, right?
Yeah. A laser pecker.
So that's
What's
that.
it called
And then
again? A laser pecker.
when you make one of those patterns like that, you got to think. So then I made some coasters to match, right? Out of that. But my wife saw them and she says, I want those, right? So then I had bought some cork with my I bought some cork with my laser pecker, and I made a similar kind of thing for them out of cork for their some coasters. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. This was kind of a trial thing, right? Trying to see what I do. But anyway, so that's kind of what I've been making there. And then my wife, she had a birthday last week, so I made her a honey dipper. And she said, "Well, what am I going to put it in, right?" So I had made this is like from 5 years ago when I first started turning. Just a mason jar lid. You put the metal ring inside there, right?
Right.
So I said, "Well, I'll make a lid out of maple for that," and then with my laser
cool.
pecker, I started making some some honeycomb out of that. So this actually this thing unscrews, right? It screws in here,
Oh, there you go.
and then this screws on top of that. Like
yeah.
And now I got something that fits into a jar that she wanted, right?
Oh,
Perfect.
wow.
Wow. Well
Nice.
done. Yeah.
Clever. Clever, clever.
Very clever.
Well, I see this stuff on YouTube or something, right? I don't know where I saw that, some kind of idea like that. So that's what I made. But anyway, so that's what I've been up to. Not too much.
Very cool. Very
Yeah.
cool, Ron.
Well
Thank you for
done.
sharing. Thank you for sharing. All
I'll
right,
send
let's
I'll send
go.
pictures into JJ.
There you go.
Good.
That'll work. All right, let's go. Let's see. Change scenery from Michigan. Let's go to Texas. What you got, Billy?
Oh, not a whole lot. I've been in box mode lately because I'm making boxes for the banquet tables at SWAT. This is a piece of spalted pecan. Nothing special, just a little box. Wax finish, beeswax. Done inside and out. Again, nothing really special, but good grain alignment. And I'm happy with it. And this is the one that I almost screwed up. Because I did that the day after I ruined that live oak spindle blank that I was turning into a box. This one I made yesterday or day before. Another piece of spalted pecan. Again, you can see the grain alignment.
Nice.
Just a little detail in the top. I kind of like these rook shaped boxes. Again, just wax finish. So that's all I've been able to do the last week.
No, that looks pretty good.
Other than finish up my Saturn bowl that I showed last week. I finished that up last week too.
Very good.
That's it.
And you've been busy with other stuff. I'm well aware of that as well. So
well, yeah, doing yard
later.
work. Yeah, well, doing yard work and calipers.
Such as right. Yep. All right. Well, staying in Texas, let's move up a little bit and we'll go to see what Todd's got. Hey, Todd, what you got, buddy?
Hello. So I've literally been up to very little here. Terry over there in the UK has his 4 top challenge, and so I this afternoon I made a top where I used Hampshire sheen dyes, and then put some lines in it, and then made a top that I put some texturing into, and then just used some markers for the coloring on it, and then a top that I airbrushed the this stuff, whatever the heck that is, and this one is the red copper, so has a very metallic look to it in person.
Yeah, it looks good.
Hey, Scott, can you show us that box again? I couldn't tell what it was. Oh, yeah.
It's
sorry. Todd, sorry. I'm looking at my son here. Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Kaleido. Kaleido.
Yeah, I bought it through Amazon. There's a bunch of colors in there, and each one of them is in a nice little thing with a
that
dropper.
magazine. Oh
wow!
I didn't know if you had any stuck in there.
And they
that
all
was Full magazine. It's the other one.
They all have the balls in them for helping mix it up.
Yeah. Oh wow!
And then according to the box, it is formulated for airbrush. And
good.
I thinned it just a little bit, but like a drop. And I just, in my little airbrush, and I got a new little airbrush, one that I can take with me someplace. That is, this is the Air. So it's just a rechargeable little thing, and then an airbrush. And this was my trial run of using that little airbrush there, and it works slick as could be. So
very
don't
cool.
have to drag stuff out and have hoses all over the place. And the compressor I have for my airbrush, it just vibrates across the floor going towards the garage door, and so I'm always down there kicking it back.
Yeah.
And so this little thing here, with that just little rechargeable compressor in it, it worked great. And it was like $50 with the compressor and the little airbrush. And I'm no airbrush genius or anything. I don't need some $200 airbrush, because I'm not doing anything artsy with it. I'm just putting on some paint, maybe blending a couple of colors every once in a while. I don't do much with it. And then I still owe Terry's challenge one more top, which is the tippy top that spins and then turns itself over.
Right.
But I don't know. I didn't find a piece of wood I wanted to use for that one, so I'm just sitting here messing with these. And I love making the tops. They're simple and fun and quick. I think the 3 of these I've spent like 45 minutes on them or something. Just messing around while I was doing a lot of nothing.
Yeah. So. I love tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So very good, Todd.
Now I'll sit here and I'll spin them while I do something, and When I hear it stop, I'll go spin it again. It's like OCD or something. I don't know.
Right. Very good. All right. Thank you, sir. Howard King, you are next. Howard, turn your camera on. Unmute yourself. I know you got something to show, and I want to see it. And everybody else does too.
Oh, oh, there you are.
I about fell asleep there.
Oh, well, good looking out then, right?
I apologize for that, Howard.
Did I show this? I showed this before, didn't I?
No, I haven't seen that.
Not recently. No, I haven't seen it.
I don't remember seeing it.
Me either.
Never. How
Is
did
that
you
all?
do it?
Is that all biography, Howard?
Oh God! Yes, it is, and colored with India ink.
Wow.
Outstanding.
Lovely.
Yeah, that's nice.
Wow.
Great. The hand brush. Did you hand paint that with a brush?
No, with India ink, and then biography on the lines.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
Wow.
Isn't it though? Wow.
That's
Wow.
I started doing lots of Celtic knots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is three chord.
I just wish I had your technique. That's it.
No kidding.
This, by the way, is paper mulberry. Apparently, apparently it's from Indonesia, and they use the bark for their clothes. So,
wow.
You find it occasionally here in the United States around old home places and stuff. Apparently, they shipped a bunch of that stuff here to the United States, and I guess it's pretty fast growing. But lots of old home places, especially here in Alabama South, has this paper mulberry.
Huh. Yeah, I never heard of that.
That's a nice bright
I hadn't
wood.
either. I found this tree and saw how white it was, and did some research on it, look at the leaves and stuff, and discovered that.
Huh.
So anyway,
what did you use for your source for your Celtic knots?
Playing around trying to do them for a week. A week. Just kept looking at it and trying to figure out how to do it. And bingo, it's real simple. It took me a while to figure out how
is that
simple
all free?
it was.
Is that free-handed?
Yeah. Well, you got to lay out a grid. That's the key, laying out a grid for it, and then you do all the curves to fit within that grid.
Okay.
You're drawing the threads around dotted grid.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's a bunch of dots, and you work around them.
Yep.
Wow.
Connect
Very nice.
the dots for adults.
Yep, that's what dot to dot. That's me.
What?
That's part of my pyrography class at Level Up. So I'll show you how to do all that stuff. So.
Oh, you're gonna do Celtic knot?
Yep.
All right.
Wow. Cool.
Very nice, Howard.
You got a second? Let me go get
Yes,
some.
we do. Yeah, you've got a couple pieces that you need to show that you've recently done. It's posted them. I'm just making it a point to get Howard on now before he checks out later. Because that's the game plan, because that's what you got to do with Mr. King.
Yeah, catch him while you can.
That's right.
Huh.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, look at that. My ambrosia maple.
Ambrosia maple. Yeah. And,
wow.
Very cool.
I just love that shape. Love the shape.
I kept working, experimenting. I finally come up with this Celtic knot. It's 8 chords in it, and about killed myself trying to do it. So anyway,
did you do you turned it first and then did the Celtic, or did you do the Celtic and then turn it to clean it up?
I turned it first, put a finish on it, except for this right here on the outside.
Right.
And then while it was still, I forgot I had already took the tenon off the bottom. So I rigged up a jig where I could center it back on the lathe and laid out the grid for this.
Okay.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines here.
7. Okay.
7 lines.
Wow.
And
yeah, somebody said it looks like snake skin. I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. It's some type of scales. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say dragon hide, but man, that's badass. Whew, mercy. Howard, you're the other mad scientist. Between you and Duxbury, it's crazy.
Well, I don't know. I'm not in their league. They're so far ahead of me. I just
the embellishing that you do is just phenomenal. It's crazy the talent that you got for using the wood and putting stuff on top of the wood and just making the wood look the vessel itself and the shape itself look even more impressive. It's very inspiring. Very inspiring.
You're blowing up my head. My head's getting real big.
You got that.
It's forcing all the hair. It's forcing all the hair out, huh?
Yeah.
Al, send him your hat.
Has anybody had a exploding watermelon? I bought a watermelon 2 days ago. Had it sitting in the pantry, and that thing blew up.
Yeah, the only time
No.
I injected rum and vodka in one back when I was in my early 20s and wound up putting too much in there and it blew up. But thankfully I had it in a cooler, so we didn't lose anything. But yeah, it happens.
Oh, they'll blow. Yeah.
That's the first time it happened to us. And woke up this morning, walked in there, and I was standing in water, and I looked around, and there was watermelon splattered up against the wall.
Oh my word!
Quite the mess, huh? Hopefully, it was a small watermelon.
It was a small one.
Just got a small fork.
We won't going to eat it today, but no, it's in the garbage can. So
yep.
Anyway, that's all I got.
All right, thank you, sir. Always a pleasure. All right. Well, with that, we're a little long in the program here, but hey, that's all right because we need to change things up every now and then. So,
yep.
With us getting through a little bit of gallery here, and so once again, folks, if you got something to show, let us know in the chat, and I will get you on the list, and we will come back to you later on here. But let's get some safety on. Let's see what's little tidbits of wisdom Safety Sue has got for us.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Sue.
Hey, Sue.
Hi, guys. I didn't do any turning today or yesterday because for some reason I'm reacting to wood. My new thing is as soon as I stop turning, I come into the house, take off my mask, first I take off my shirt.
We're still on respirators?
Yes, listen.
Oh.
I'm going to slap you so hard when I see you, and it's going to be for safety reasons only. But anyways.
I want video.
Okay.
Me too.
In fact, you guys can take the video. So anyways, I come in, take off my my masks. First I take off my shirt, throw it in the laundry.
Yeah, I knew she was going to get to that part.
Yep, thank you. Then I take off my mask and then I hop in the shower because I've become so sensitive that I want to make sure there's no dust on my face, my eyelashes, my hair. I even changed the bed sheets. And this is from 2 days ago.
Oh my word.
Yeah. And
Holy crap.
yeah, I know. And 2 days ago I was doing cherry and jacaranda. And I did do the square challenge, but then, you know, it's that just one more thing. And for me, it was, I wanted to really buff it. And it went flying out of my hands, not once, but twice that bounced around the shop. And then I finally quit. And when that happened, I had dinged the heck out of it.
Do you know why it was flying out of your hand?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It was flying out of my hand because I had it going too fast and I didn't have a good grip on it and I was tired.
You were tired.
That's what happened.
You also need to be buffing at what position? 7 o'clock on the wheel?
Well, that's where I was.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just, you know, for those that don't know, if you bring it up past 7 o'clock, the wheel is going to catch it on the upspin there, and it's going to rip it right out of your hand.
Did you Jimmy buff it?
What's Jimmy Buffett?
Jimmy Buffett. Come on
Okay,
now.
what's Jimmy? What
Margaritaville? Jimmy Buffett. The
Jimmy
singer.
Buffett. Come on, Sue.
Got it.
Down in Margaritaville.
Sorry, guys. You're going to have to teach me all this stuff in Wisconsin.
Cheeseburger in paradise.
All right. Yeah, you guys are going to have to teach me all this stuff up in Wisconsin. But anyways, I'm not showing that because it's all dinged up. And tomorrow I'll continue with to kind of clean it up and re-wax it. So, but it came out halfway decent. That was my square challenge. I don't know how I'm going to do the new challenge since Patrick's already put us all to shame. But I'm gonna give it a go. I kind of like these challenges. Keeps me going. But anyways, let's talk about. We're not talking about dust. I just did that. But I am going to talk about being tired. We all get tired. And I was tired the other day when I was doing this. And I had been turning light bulbs out of jacaranda. And I'll, you know, for a few hours, and that's about all I can take it on the lathe. And that's when I decided to, I did a jam chuck. What this square thing was for a little, little candle. And got that working perfectly and was just kind of taking the tenon off the bottom, and I sanded it and all that good stuff. And I was exhausted by that time, and I should never have decided to buff it. And that's when things happen. And you know the old adage, if it happens the first time, you should really consider not doing it. But nah, it's only a buffing. I'll do it another time. Yeah, no. And it ping, 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 ping. It's a good thing it wasn't a bullet. So yeah. And the funny part was I couldn't find it the second time until I looked on the shelf under my lathe, and it landed back on the shelf under the lathe.
Oh, jeez.
And the thing is, that never would have happened if I wasn't tired. But I just wanted to get it done before the meeting on Monday. And sorry you missed it, Dane, but it's a cute little thing. So
That's all right. I'll see it later. It's all good.
Okay. So anyways, I'm telling you, if you're tired, don't go in your lathe room or in your shop or anything else.
Just keep the equipment off. You can be in there.
Exactly. And well, that's true. Just keep the kit. But that also goes through if you're gardening or using power equipment outside.
Anything else? Driving a car.
and you're
driving up and
tired,
level up. If you're tired, pull off, get a motel room, and then that way we know you're going to get there safely.
exactly. So if you're tired, do what you got to do to make yourself good again. We're all not spring chickens anymore. And just take
Yep.
care of yourselves because I want to see you all at Level Up. And I also want to see you next week. So take care, everybody. God bless.
Oh,
Very
God
good.
bless you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
Thank you, Sue.
You're welcome.
Very sage advice. We so appreciate this every week. Next week, new topic.
You're welcome.
New topic next week. No more respirator talk.
And for those that, just to add on to this, similar situation, for those that haven't seen my short from a few days ago, if you're not feeling your best, or if you're mad, or if you're anxious about something, stay in the house. Just stay in the house.
Just
don't even
something
bother.
different. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Good
it is something
advice.
different, but
Thank you, Bill.
but at the same time, that can happen to any of us. I was getting weaker and weaker, and I didn't know why until I found out this new medication is making me that way, and that happened just yesterday. So,
Wow.
yeah, you just be aware of your body and what happens when you take different things. So, anyways.
Yeah, good advice on new medications is to give it a few days to see how your body is going to react with that
Exactly.
medication before you start playing with anything that could.
Even supplements and herbal supplements, you don't know how strong they are until you take them. So,
Well, with some
anyways,
medications, it takes more than a few days.
Right.
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Took
And
me a month.
We're
yeah,
not doctors, but every now and then we pretend to be
Oh,
one here on a wood turning program. So don't take our advice, but
what we're saying is that after 70 some odd years, you know what your own body's going to do.
Right.
Even after the young age of 55, you know what
True.
your young body wants to do.
Why are you calling me out? Why are you calling me out for it? That's not nice.
Because you're
nice.
my little brother. No one knew you were 55 until you talked. So, anyways, we all know what our bodies are doing.
Y'all sucked it out of me.
because
I'm 55. All right.
we love
Damn
you,
it.
Dane. We love you.
I know. All right. Well,
but anyways, guys,
thanks.
take it easy. Let's give it back to Dane, and God bless all.
All right. Very good. All right. We are going to demo is coming up next, but first we have a special announcement from our buddy over on the east side of Texas, up in Swampland. Dewey, take it away.
I'm not in the swamp. I'm out in the desert just about right now.
Oh, are you? I thought you was over by Houston.
Yeah, no, we're up in Dallas, and it's up by Dallas.
Okay, North Texas, I-35 corridor. Right on.
There you go. Yeah, right down right up the highway from Mr. Billy.
I know my geography.
As we know, or as has been explained, there's individuals in the club that have taken on personally financial responsibility for some of the things that are necessary in the club. And one of these days, those individuals are going to go to that big level up in the sky.
Right.
And when that happens, then maybe we're going to have to go to a different to some other way to fund those activities that are personally being funded individually right now. And one way of doing that is through donations to the club. And as you know, we've been using plaques not this one, but very similar. If a $50 donation, you get this plaque with your name engraved on it. And I've got several blank plaques ready to go. And and if you get one of these plaques, this is the plaque for the first level up. Very first. And when level up becomes a worldwide phenomenon, which it will be eventually, you can take this plaque and you can show it to everybody. And if people come to you and say, hey, you're going to level up, instead of saying, hey, you're going to SWAT, they're going to say, hey, you're going to level up. You're going to say, yeah, well, I've been to level up. I was there when the first one happened. I was the beginner. I was the one of the ones that kicked it off. And here is the plaque to show it. Yep. So it will give you some bragging rights, and you will be part of history in that way. So I would behoove people, please, if you can possibly see your way, go ahead and make a $50 donation and get one of these wonderful plaques that you can then put on a wall or put it on a desk or something and say, I was there, the first one. I helped kick this thing off and helped to make it one of the most significant events in the wood turning world. Okay.
Right.
So that's my pitch. Okay.
Very good.
Anyway, please try to consider if you can see your way through the get one of these. Okay. That's my spiel.
Right.
Thanks, Dane.
All right, thank you, Dewey. I much appreciate that. Like Dewey was saying, so we got a donate link on the webpage, worldwidewoodturners.org, up there on the menu bar. Just go over and hit donate. You can donate via PayPal, pay via credit card, or you can Zelle if your bank is set up with Zelle and you're set up with Zelle. Donate at worldwidewoodturners.org, and we'll get the Zelle and whatnot. So. Anything helps. Like Dewey's saying, there's certain people that are paying for the expenses. We got a webmaster that is beyond phenomenal. There isn't a word for what he does.
No.
He takes care of the and I'll just shout it. He takes care of all that, the website, the hosting, getting that taken care of, and God bless him, because he is a saint. We would love to find a substitute, somebody, on the off chance, he goes out to Kroger's tomorrow and he gets something happen, that we would be able to, roll in. It would be great, to get, an IT member here, in our turning community that could learn from him about everything that he does and whatnot, and if you're that person, reach out to him. Webmaster at worldwidewoodturners.org.
One thing
I know Dave would appreciate it.
One thing, Dave, I can see one of these days we might be able to offer scholarship to young woodturners to come to learn. If we can get the members in, get the funding, and get young people interested.
We're starting from ground zero. We've been a nonprofit since April of 2025. We're starting from ground zero. It's grassroots. Everything that we've got, everything that we're doing right now. Level Up. The planning for it started back in 2023 between two like-minded individuals, and then it just turned into a big snowball going down the hill, and here we are.
So that's the term we're using for crazy people these days, like-minded individuals.
It's a term we've always used. What you talking about, Billy?
I'm not trying to call any of us out or anything like that, but, yeah.
Anyway, somebody
that's where we're at, somebody didn't have enough common sense to do this, and here we are. And
everybody involved has done a fantastic job.
Yes,
it's amazing how well it's come along.
Yep, there's been a lot of personalities, a lot of mitigation. There's been a lot of the collaboration, the various committees that were established, and such great people, and then finding out about people along the way and pulling people in, because 3 years ago we didn't know what we know now, and the foundation and the first several layers have already built. And so going forward, and for the next one, level up will be in 2 years, 2 years from September, might be in a different month, but 2 years from now. Don't see it going away. Just getting bigger and better and everything like that. And, all I can say is, hats off to everybody, the people that are bringing lathes, grinders, bandsaws,
Yep.
the vendors that we got coming. And I will say this right now, it's not a tool sling thing, where it's going to be a whole bunch of vendors, and you got vendor alley, you get to walk down. We ain't going to have that, we're going to have, 3, 4, 5 vendors up there. And, what we have is what we have. But you know what? It's for Worldwide Woodturners doing for what Worldwide Woodturners stands for. So, yeah, with that, unless somebody else has got something to add to that, we will get to our featured demonstration. Since I hear crickets, let's go back up to
chirp.
Let's go back up to Michigan and Matt Harbor.
Hey guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting us into your shop tonight. Matt's gonna do something. I know what he's gonna do. Well, I have an idea what he's gonna do, but he's gonna show us some cool texturing techniques. And, it's going to be Matt's texturing techniques. So let Matt talk about it, what he does and everything like that. If Matt wants to have people ask questions and whatnot, which typically he does, but, he'll let you know if he does. But we'll just let Matt do his demo here. And if you got questions, you can throw them into the chat. I'll ask them at opportune times, or if I miss it, Billy will ask the questions. And, yeah, Matt, take it away.
All right.
And we just lost your mic.
My mic. Still there, Dane? Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You're fuzzy.
It's still breaking. We got to get you. We got to get you a wireless mic.
It's just a wireless mic.
But you got a battery pack on the back.
Yeah.
In your back pocket.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk. Well, hopefully this will all work. Move some stuff around in here and maybe wake this up. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Okay. So, right. This is my vessel that I made this afternoon, practice piece of the techniques that I'm going to show tonight. So this is one of the things that was requested on the Facebook page. Back over here. Go to this camera. What this is a vessel that has been carved and airbrushed, not airbrushed, dry brushed, 3 different colors. It was stained first black and then dry brushed 3 different colors to give this effect. So I hope I've got enough time to show what I want to show. So we're going to dive in. The wood I've got here is linden or basswood, which is just something I've got sitting in my shop. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on this side here. I'm sorry, was there a question?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is put a tenon on here, and then I'm going to reverse it and form out. This piece here is kind of hollow. It's not really. To do some more coloring on the inside yet. One of the games you're playing here is you can't be too thin because you're going to carve on it, and you need to have the room for what. You can't leave it 1/8 of an inch thick. Okay.
You're really cutting out, dude.
Your mic is giving you.
Yeah.
I mean, I could switch to. I could switch to a different. Well, let me try and switch to a different thing here. and see if this is better. Let me get this. Go here. Let me switch to using.
All right, I'm going to switch to this mic.
Much better.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
This is my
Big
headset.
time Charlie.
So I've got several different a lot of electronic devices going on here. So basically what I did is switch to my earpiece mic. So all right. So we'll roll with this and see how it works. Okay. So tenon, form the shape, switch it around, put it in the chuck, and form the outside shape. Okay. I'm going to do most of it with the deep fluted bull gouge. All right. And feel free to ask questions. But if you're not talking, keep your mic muted.
I've already muted everybody.
Okay.
Thank you, Billy.
So when I put the tenon in this side, because I've got my handy dandy little tenon deal here on my tail stack is right there. So that's why I put the tenon in this side. Because I can eyeball it.
I still need to make some of those.
Yeah, why haven't you?
Because I keep forgetting.
So I use the skew to make my final tenon so that I can get that corner. Let's come down a bit. There. And now I'm going to switch it around. I love this thing, this spur center that goes in the jaws of your chuck. One of my favorite devices in the shop. Use tailstock support as long as you can. It's not working. Oh. Trying to switch cameras on the wrong one. There we go. Well, when I think of the shape that I'm turning, I'm thinking of I want to create a canvas for the carvings, for the decorations that I'm going to be adding. So that's the reason that I did the shape I made on the first piece that I showed you. That's the reason why I do the shapes here, why I made the shape here. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build a place for the carvings to go. Now, I have no intention of my intention if I like. So right back there, and we're going to make the bottom of that piece. I'm going to leave room so I can fire it off when I get there. These are almost all shearing cuts. This wood is very soft. It's very forgiving. Now, whenever you're doing decorations on a piece, you need to be about using rounded curves, because sharp curves with sharp corners, it's a lot harder to make nice decorations work on those. The first piece has a lot of rounded contours, and this one will too. So, and that's why I'm making the contours rounded. Whoops. Just so that I've got nice smooth contours to ride my decorations over. And this will be the bottom of my piece right here. All right, I've got some cleanup to do. These are shearing cuts that I gave a nice smooth surface, so I have less sanding to do. That's a little tall there, so we're going to cut this back a bit. Much better. Dang it. Oh. Okay. Have a look. Questions? Discussion?
Nothing in the chat.
That's good. That's smooth enough. I don't even have to say in that. Nice. Okay. All right, maybe a little bit shorter here. Top. Good. I like that. So when you take something off, take tailstock support off, always retighten the chuck.
Good advice. What kind of wood is that again, Matt?
This is linden, also known as basswood.
Basswood. Basswood.
Yep. I'll just part it off. Great. And we're going to Forstner bit this in a bit. So I know that Dane will ask, and Billy said he wants to make one, so I'm going to show this again for people who haven't seen it. This sits on my tailstock quill. The inner ring is minimum tenon size. The outer ring is minimum recess size, and it's got a little super magnet sitting in here so it doesn't come off. And it's colored orange, and the magnet's there is because I've lost several of them in the shavings, so it stays on there on my tailstock all the time.
You mean you don't find them when you clean the shavings up?
One is permanently lost. I did find the other one that I lost in the shavings. So it's, I mean,
I don't ever find anything either.
Well, the second one, the one that was lost is red, painted red. That one's here. This one is on my tailstock. And the second one, so, and it also has my magnet epoxied in too. All right. You know about that?
I'll
I
drop a
don't like.
chuck screw in the shavings and can't even find it with a magnet. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's wood. I mean, it's just scrap wood. You just make it out of scrap wood and take your measurements with calipers and just go that way. Okay, so I did a very quick and dirty measurement myself, a good 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch. Figured out how deep my Forstner bit's going to go. Okay, so that's what I did with that. When you're doing Forstner bit, I never go above 400 RPMs on the Forstner bit. If you do, they burn out. So I know that.
I don't like it when the demonstrator reads my mind and asks my questions.
That's part of my job, Dane. Anticipating the questions before they're asked.
Yeah. Makes it sound like some of us have done this a few times or more.
Yeah, just a bit. Touch.
And then, folks, I hope you guys realize middle of September when we're going to be up at Level Up, it's going to be the 7-year mark of Worldwide Woodturners being live. It's going to be the 7-year anniversary.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
So the thinking behind the turner's elbow is you don't leave sharp pointy things in your tailstock because eventually you're going to put your elbow into it. Further, take the sharp pointy things out of the tailstock. Okay, so I'm going to use the combination of things to do the hollowing on this, and the hollowing is in quotes because it's not really hollowing. So I'm going to do some of the hollowing with the deep fluted bull gouge and some of it with the ball end tool. So for those of you who haven't seen that, this is the ball mill tool. It's got a ball end mill and it's in this piece of cold rolled steel, and it's two-sided. So there's another side down here. Two-sided, there's one here, and there's one down inside the shaft. 3/4 inch steel, 3/8 inch ball end mill. But I'm going to start with the deep fluted bull gouge. And we'll switch to the tailstock camera.
So Matt, real quick, somebody's asking about your tailstock jig.
Tailstock jig.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the one he just showed.
You mean this?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that.
Okay. It's just scrap wood. Okay. Inner ring, 10 in size.
See, I still got to ask it.
Okay. And this circle here just so it fits around the quill, and the magnet just still stays there.
That's for sizing your to get the perfect fit, tenon and or recess
mortise. Yeah.
Based on your standard chuck jaws.
Yep, that's exactly right. And the standard chuck jaws, the 50 millimeter or whatever the Nova chuck standard chuck jaw is, yeah, it's like 2 1/8 or something like that. And I use that, like, that's almost always permanently in my chuck. So I have several chuck bodies, and I keep that one in this chuck because I use it all the time. And the other one I have is the pin jaws. That's in my other chuck body. So, and all I'm trying to do here is just get a little bit of a semblance. I'm not hollowing all the way. I'm not being real crazy about that. I'm just cleaning it up a bit. That's all. So it's not just straight in. And I'm not going to get crazy and try to hollow this stuff out, in this bit of it here. So I'm just whiten it out a little bit, and I'm going to use the ball end mill in the bottom to take out the marks left. take out the marks left by the full. Go there a little bit. And the ball end mill is a self yes. So you can push it and it drills, and you can use that to like remove, another whatever you want to remove from the inside. So let's light on so I can see, and you guys can't. Oh, you can. Okay. All right. That's decent for what I'm doing here. Okay. So, except for the last final parting off, I'm essentially done with most of the turning here. Okay. Questions so far?
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay. All right. Fun and games time. All right. I am going to do all of my carving with a Dremel because that's what most people have some form of rotary tool. People don't have Fordhams and stuff like that. Not everybody. So I'm going to use 2 saber-tooth burrs. This one here, a large sphere. This one here, a small sphere. The green is called coarse and the yellow is called fine. These are both 1/8-inch shafts. And this is a smaller spear, carbide spear. I think it's a stump cutter. It's got a 3/32 shaft, so I've got a small collet, an 1/8-inch to 3/32 collet on it. So it goes in my Dremel. Okay? Questions on those? All right. So what am I doing here? The majority of the carving is going to be with the large. All right. So one of the things that I've got going on here is striations from the teeth in the cavities. So this whole section here is all done with the large bit. Then I did a medium bit here and did a small bit in the holes. Now the goal with my carvings is to create these ridges between the pits. I'm not creating the pits. That's not my goal. My goal is to create the ridges between the pits. Okay, because that's what's going to take the brush across the top. Now, there are techniques to insides of this. Not use that on this. And the reason I did not use that is because I wanted to leave the little lines from the teeth inside because those will catch the paint also. All right. So I'm going to this much of this same piece here with the large bit. Okay. And I could probably do more down here. And I'm going to crank it up and I'm going to try and do it very quickly. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put the pits between the ones around them so that they generate these ridges where the intersections occur. Okay? Questions on that?
No.
All right. So, corded Dremel, 3000. All right. Got this in the whole set at a garage sale for like $20.
Lay down.
Now, I'm going to use what's called a 3-point. Let me turn it back. I'm going to use what's called a 3-point stance when I carve. So I've got one hand on the piece and on the tool. That's one hand. I've got a second hand on the tool. That's the second part of the 3-point stance. And the third part of the 3-point stance is what this does is give you very good control over where you're moving the tool. Okay? Now, I will also say that I'm not going to, but it's wise to have dust control on, dust collection on, because this generates a lot of dust. So use your dust collection. Use your mask. Use your, use whatever eye protection you need, and collect the dust so it's not in the air and it's not flying around your shop. And this generates a lot of dust. Okay. All right, Charlie. I'm just going to start in a random place. I'm putting them between where I generate these little ridges between. And the teeth of the burr are going to leave the lines in the bottom. And the lines in the bottom will pick up the paint too. Not as much as the top teeth, but the bottom ones will pick up paint. So I'm looking to, and it looks cooler if they're all lined up, or at least in my opinion. Some of these I can see where you haven't quite intersected, so I'm going to clean them up while I'm there. It's going to go in there. Now, I've done quite a bit of this myself, but it took Greg Gallegos in a demonstration I went through with him to show me how quickly it could be done. And he uses like an angle grinder that really grinds quickly, and he uses bigger wheels. And you don't have to just use spears, you can use wheels or any other birds you want, anything that will generate a texture. A wheel will generate a longer texture, an oblong texture. Questions on what I'm doing? Questions? Am I still there?
Yeah, we're still here.
Okay.
Sorry,
right.
sorry. I'm doing some
Al's
administrative stuff.
Al's asking if it's a really soft piece of wood.
Yeah, linden is basswood. It's soft. So yeah, it is soft. But one of the things to realize is you can go this fast with maple too. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why I love box elder with carving, is because box elder, which is got Madeira Manitoba maple, it's soft too, and it carves. And this wood has an almost medicinal smell to it. Kind of interesting.
Yes, Susie, it is.
This is the boring part. So part of the boring part. The dry brush painting was boring too.
All right, the only one that was hard to get was Rusty.
So Matt, we got a question. What size is your cutter?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Yeah, I know, right? About 3/16.
Yeah, about that. It's close to half. It's about more than that. So I'm measuring it here. It's nearly half an inch. So it's 1/32 below half an inch. So it's a decent size. And this is a small piece. Yeah, it's a decent size. And on a bigger piece, you could get away with using larger cutters too. So I've got some bigger ones. I usually sit at the desk behind where I'm standing and use my Fordham. But this works really well. So. I'm not worried about the fuzzies here, because they're going to get hung out. With fire. I'm trying to make sure when I did the first piece this afternoon, I had to go back over because I wasn't creating the sort of ridges between the divots that I wanted. So I had to go systematically go back over the piece. So I'm trying to be a little more proactive and do that now to make sure all my ridges are connecting.
Fucking coons.
And I can get a little bit, do that a little bit by wiggling the tool a little bit in the cavity to make them join up. So that may So this actually works pretty good on the lathe because I can control the turning of the piece. Usually when I'm doing the carvings like this, if I'm sitting and punched over the piece and moving it on either on the desk or on my map, so this actually works pretty good. So, and I'm trying to do things at a sort of a measured pace here. But I think that was one of the big things that I took away from the demonstration that I saw with Joe Gallegos when he did it for our club a couple of years ago. Is he really zipped through this? And, people think about, I'm carving this piece. It takes me weeks to make. And nah, man, I did that first piece this afternoon. I did the first afternoon. So, let's add a couple more. Introducing some variability. Clearly, I'm not doing this at every place. All right, good enough. Okay, so that's the first one. But questions?
How deep do you go?
I don't know, an inch. You're just trying to do enough to get the cavity there. Okay. I mean, you can see, the ball is much bigger than the cavity I've made. Okay. That makes sense.
Yes.
All right. So I'm putting in the second ball, which is,
Your question, what were you saying about the fuzzies?
We will take care of the fuzzies later.
Okay.
So there's a lot of fuzzies. I'm going to burn them off. Okay. With the torch.
Oh, gotcha.
So now,
carefully, of course.
Of course, very and safely with the fire extinguisher handy, right, Sue?
So, hey, Matt,
she said right.
I got a question for you. Matt,
yes,
I got a question for you. Could you do that grinding? Do that embellishing it like what you're doing before you hollow it out, and then when you hollow it out, expose those recesses.
Yeah, or you could do it the other way around. If you got really hollow and really thin, you could go through. I mean, that's basically what you're doing. There's a couple of techniques, a couple of things we do that do that. I mean, who was it who was making a square piece and was going through the sides? Was that Doug Miller who was doing that?
Right.
So,
yeah.
It'd be just on a smaller scale. Yeah, absolutely, you could. Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, the burrs are aggressive. Okay. And one of the games you're playing here is I don't want to spend 2 weeks making this piece. I want to spend an hour. Okay. So I'm looking for efficiency. So if I'm aggressively going at this and I've got a thin piece there, I could tear it up. You know what I'm saying? You saw it slip a couple times, right? So
Yeah.
that's something to keep in mind. So now I'm planning to fill the last bit up here with the smallest bit. So I'm going to go from here up to about, I don't know, 3/16 from the top. Okay. I'm going to just fill in everything here. Okay. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing. Now, this is a finer burr, so to keep it closer together. So it's not quite as aggressive. And I can use it to enhance the other cavities here. Everything, matches. So like I can come in here and clean it up a little bit, and then here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's what I'm doing. Well, again, my goal is to reduce for the dry brushing to pick cleaning to pick up. So and you get thin by merging the cavities, merging the pit. So that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to overlap a little bit on each one. That makes sense. I'm hearing that too. So one of my goals here is to get an organic sort of looking thing that looks kind of natural, kind of organic, and kind of ordered. So the order we're putting in the cabbage, but it's kind of like soap bubbles, where the boundaries are creating the features that you're going to paint later. Okay. Further questions?
Do some species of wood like cherry burn during these carvings?
What's that? Repeat that.
Do some species of wood like cherry burn when you're doing this carving?
Yeah, but it doesn't, because you're going over it with black at the backside anyway.
Gotcha.
So yeah, cherry does burn, especially on the end grain, and hard maple will too. All right, but that's fine because we're going to go over it with a torch anyway to burn off the fuzzies. That looks like this. There's the torch. It's here. Get as much stuff as possible. So, and you can really see the pits when I do this. So this helps a couple of things. It helps seal the wood a little bit. It gets rid of your fuzzies, hopefully. So when Greg Gallegos was doing this, he was using a much bigger torch. And he was really scorching things up pretty good. So this is a basic, simple craft torch. It probably is running a little low in propane.
So Matt, we got a question. Are the top of the ridges flat or pointed? Any advantages of one versus the other?
They're pointed, or as much as I can make them. Now, it's not entirely true that some of them aren't, but I prefer them pointed because they collect a thinner line of paint when you're dry brushing, okay? And that thinner line of paint is neater. I like it better, okay? So I prefer them pointed. Flat looks like you missed something, okay? And most of these are not flat. Most of these are pointed, but there's a couple of the intersections are flat. Like when I'm burning them, okay? Like this one here is flat, and that one there is flat. Get a little triangle of flat, which is cool if it's consistent, because then you did it on purpose. So you can see the pitch better here. Yeah, you can. Okay, you can see it in the camera. So I'm going to come back over this with chestnut spirit stain, with black chestnut spirit stain. So this is all going to be black. So it doesn't matter if it's a little scorched up, including down inside here, as long as they get the fuzzies cleaned up, because if the fuzzies are left, then they don't look very good.
What tool works best for this kind of burning?
This one works decently. Like I said, Greg Gallegos was using a map gas, a big cylinder thing, you know. But you want a consistent torch, you don't want the propane dying out on you while you're doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but you don't want it too hot that you set your piece on fire either. So,
Pipe torch might be good.
yeah. And the bigger propane torch will work well too. I mean, you got a big flame for it, and it burns up really good. Okay. So now I've got the small stump cutter spear here, or smaller, I should say. It's just a carbide spear cutter. And I'm gonna do the same thing. Be careful, because I don't want to go across the top of my. I don't want to go to the top of the rim with it. I want the rim to stay there. And these are necessarily, these are fairly shallow. And if I see things, get a flat spot, I can come in here and put a little dimple on top of them. And these are variable sizes because I'm making sure that I don't break the top of my rims, but I fill as much of the space as I can manage. So this is a cleaner, this still leaves a much cleaner cut than the other two burrs, but it still does leave fuzzies. I have to come over this again with the torch.
Matt, have we asked a question about what tool rest is optimum for doing this?
I just use whatever rest you got. I'm using this because it's my normal tool rest.
Yeah, so tool rest doesn't make any difference in Jim.
Yeah. It's just I'm using it's here. And if I moved it out of the way, I would just hold onto the piece instead of the tool rest. Tool rest is comfortable, so I mean, it works.
I completely misread that question.
How did you read it, George?
I read what tool works best for this burning. I just skipped right over rest.
It is what it is.
Sorry about that.
Yep, no
That's
worries.
All right. Yeah, Dane asked the question anyway. It was all clear, so we're good.
Cerebral flatulence. Yes, it's a little butane torch, Joaquin.
Yeah. All right. Not this, not yet. This next. Where's that? There it is. Okay. All right. Other questions, comments, questions?
So, folks, the reason why we're doing this is because, about 2 months ago, I did a post on the group page, and the consensus, the most requested thing was how to do stuff like this, and that's the reason why we're doing this again so recently, after we just recently had that demo done a couple months ago. So it's as requested by the members here. So I'm hoping it's copacetic for you, and you learn something from it, and by all means, the floor is yours to ask questions, and learn what he's doing here. So,
and we'd love to do more things that you guys want to see. I mean, when somebody asks for a demo, I've done a bunch of different things, but I want to know what you guys want to see, because I don't always know. I know the things I like to see, but that's not always the same thing as what you like to see.
We all get tunnel vision and what we want to demonstrate, but at the same time, we're trying to put on a good show for you, and without you all giving, hey, can somebody do something like this? We don't know, because we're not able to grab it from the atmosphere. It doesn't just come to us.
Yep.
It doesn't just come to me. So
if there's something you want to,
if you want to do a demo, just let me know. Let any of us know. I'll get you on the books.
If there's something you want to see that you're not comfortable doing and you think it'll challenge us, I'm delighted to demonstrate something that's challenging to something I haven't done before. So please ask. All right. So what I'm going to use here, this is chestnut spirit stain. It's black. Okay. It's an alcohol-based stain. One of the games you're playing stain instead of using paint or something is it wicks into the wood on the surface, so you don't lose any of your contours, any of the careful ridges or anything, even this. So this is just a throwaway Harbor Freight brush. So I'm just gonna, geez, don't do that, Matt.
Do you use a light sandpaper to remove stray fuzzies before staining?
You could. The torch gets all that, or most of it. So, and there's always more stuff. So. So this is the background. This is underneath everything, all the paint that I'm doing. And again, I'm using this because it goes into the wood rather than sits on the surface. So the wood drinks it up pretty good, especially the softwood like this. All right.
Do you
Some of
normally
this.
wear gloves when you're finishing with ink?
I should, but I don't.
Yeah, sometimes I do, sometimes I forget.
Yeah, it's the chestnut spirit stain. It goes on so quick that sometimes you're just like, ah, screw it. But I should, and I've been lucky so far, but today at least. But that's not going to hold all the time. So
No, I come in the house with rainbow colored hands all the time.
yeah, I do too. I do too. But one thing I have learned, and I do try to follow really well, is to always, always, always cap my spirit stain, because that stuff tips over really easily, and it gets on everything, and it doesn't ever come off. So as soon as you pour it into something to paint from, cap that sucker. Okay, so questions. This stuff dries pretty quickly.
Dennis, yes, you could use indigo ink.
Yeah, you could. That's also alcohol based, isn't it?
I don't remember if Speedball Super Black, that's what I use. I don't remember if that's alcohol based or not.
I have some of that. I should look. I believe it is. We looked. That question came up last time we looked. So
I love my Speedball.
yeah, it's good black. It's good deep black.
Yep.
So if you want something black, that's the stuff to use. Okay. So I'm going to use 3 colors here in the dry brushing. So I've got, this is all Walmart paint. Okay. It's the Apple Barrel Walmart paint. I've got 3 different ones here. I've got a cobalt blue, the dark blue, the light blue, close as I can get to this, and this is just white. Okay. So on my practice piece, this is the darker blue is into here. Okay. And then I put the lighter blue on top of here, and then the white was on the very tippy top. Okay. The smallest bits gets the white. One of the things I discovered here when I was doing the dark blue is I got pretty aggressive because I wanted the interior of these ridges on the interior from the teeth. I don't know if y'all can see them. There we go. I wanted them to pick up some of the paint. So I got pretty aggressive when I was doing the painting here with the dark blue. It took a lot, and it's going to be boring. How much time we got, guys? 9:30. Okay.
Yeah.
So what's that?
Kirk says Speedball is water based.
It is water based. Okay. All right. Thanks, Kirk. So I got pretty aggressive, and it wasn't true dry brushing. There was more paint on the brush than I should have had, because I wanted to get down inside here and pick up these ridges inside from the teeth. That makes sense. So that was my thinking on that. And of course, the whole flow it is, and how much paint it takes to truly get the paint coloring. So, and I use these. These are from Amazon. These are little doohickeys to little palettes to put paint in. They're wonderful. So I'm going to start with the dark blue. And this is just water-based acrylic paint. And this is just a simple brush that looks like this. Okay. You know, no big deal. It's a standard, paintbrush. So when you're dry brushing, you don't want a lot of paint on your brush. Take a little bit on, wipe it off. You wipe it off on the paper towel or something, and then you begin dragging it across the top of your piece. And that's why we created the ridges, is because I want to catch the ridges. And you're basically building up paint on top of things. And this takes a while. This took me quite a bit of time to do correctly. So I got the colors I wanted. And you basically keep doing it until you get the colors you want. Now, one of the things I did is I was fairly aggressive with this, so I made sure to get paint down inside and the tops of the little ridges. But I'm always wiping it off. And if I leave too much paint on here, then I've got to spread it out. And this takes quite a while to do. So I'm apologizing in advance about how boring this is, and I'm happy to talk about it while I do it.
Hey, it's not boring. It's not boring.
I'm still awake.
All right. Well, hey, that's positive.
You know,
Thank you. I appreciate
it's only
that.
it's only boring to people interested in the elevator game,
Fair enough.
right?
I'll also be doing some of that during Level Up for my first class. They'll be doing iridescence, the iridescent paints.
Hey, remember, this is Matt's demo.
That's okay. She can.
I'm
Okay.
advertising.
Oh, all right. Well, everybody's already signed up, so
Well, I
we're not
understand
bringing
that.
anybody. We're not bringing anybody up. But go ahead, Sue. Describe what you're talking about. You got it, girl.
I was gonna tell him that if you want to see some more of that, Matt's absolutely right in everything he's doing, which we all have different ways, but we're gonna do iridescent paint dry brushing and regular paint dry brushing, and we'll see how it works. So
that's fun, Sue.
So yeah.
So one of the techniques I'm doing here is I am dragging the brush with the paint on it across the tops of the ridges like that. Okay.
Mhm.
So what I don't want is I don't want a lot of paint anywhere. And I especially don't want a lot of paint down inside the cavities. So that's the whole purpose of creating these ridges, these knife edge ridges or whatever, is so that they pick up the paint when you do the dry brushing. You want more of it on than anywhere else.
There's hardly any paint on the brush as you're dragging it across those ridges.
That's exactly right. And I'm dipping just the very tip of the brush in the paint, and I wipe it off in the little receptacle, and then I wipe it on the paper, get more of it off, and then, only then, do I take it to the piece. Yeah, I discovered the hard way on the one I was doing this afternoon. I got too involved in what I was doing, and there were distractions, and I forgot to wipe it off on the paper a couple times. Boy, that's a difference. And I don't know if you can see any of the blue here at all. I can barely
a little
see
bit
it.
in places. You can see it a little bit in places.
Yeah, so it took me a good 4 passes around to get the blue where I wanted it this afternoon. So I'm not even close to that yet. So again, this is kind of slow. So is Al still awake? You still there, Al?
He might be eating.
Okay. Well, we can't prevent.
I'm eating, and yes, like I said, Matt, I'll be front and center, and I am.
Okay, good. So any of these ridges that get too much paint on them, where I can actually see heavy paint, I want to make sure to wipe it off while it's still wet.
Ow, mind your mic.
I did already.
So, and one of the things you can see where you need more, because you can't see I'm looking for a particular level of blue. So, like that's too heavy. So I've got to come back and make sure I get that wiped off before it dries, because you don't want the heavy bits dry. And I'm coming across the tops of things this way, I'm pushing it down. Now's a great time to have any sort of discussion anybody wants, because there's nothing in danger here of happening poorly. Questions, comments, suggestions?
It's looking great, Matt.
Thank you.
So if you find you get too much of a certain paint on it, what do you do, Matt?
Well, part of the game here is you're slowly building up the paint. Okay.
Okay.
So you can always come back and paint over it with black. Okay.
Okay.
And then rebuild that little bit of it, right? So now up here in this section up here, I'm going to be putting the middle blue, the turquoise like paint. So I want to bring the darker blue up into that part where I'm doing the turquoise so it blends. I don't want to make a clear boundary. I want them to just sort of drift, if you know what I mean, the colors to drift. So and to blend. So I'm trying to bring that paint up into the area where I'll be painting the lighter blue later. It's too dang hot in here, guys. It's like 82 or something.
Oh, don't come out heat. Oh,
well, the problem is it's just dripping. I'm almost onto so. And if I get aggressive with the brush down in here, then the little ridges inside from the teeth of the cutter, they'll pick up a little bit of paint too, which is cool, which is part of what I'm trying to do here. Or I think it's cool. Your mileage may vary. There are ways, if anybody's interested, there are ways to clean those ridges up if you don't want them. If you want smooth pits, you can do them. For this exercise, I didn't want them. I wanted to go the other way. I wanted to incorporate them into the piece. So even the bottom pit here, the ridge of the edge of the bottom, that's also a ridge that you want to make sure to get painted. So you don't want to skip those. So for the most part, I can see, this paint really shows where you may have missed, where things are a little flat. So for the most part, they're all in pretty good shape. So I'm pretty happy with the carving. So rule number one, if you're going to do a demo, do some practice beforehand, because you learn things.
Matt,
yes, sir.
Do you ever use sponges?
I haven't, but that's certainly a very viable option. And I know that people who are working to do this faster, really larger brushes will use the stencil brushes, or the makeup brushes even. So they'll use bigger brushes and stuff. So there are ways. With this smaller brush, I have a lot of control over which is something I'm very interested in. Okay. So I want to control, how much paint goes wherever. If you're using a big surface, it's a lot harder to control where your paint goes.
Right. I've used sponges for dyes and things, but I haven't tried them for dry brushing.
I don't know if that works. I mean, I'm not an expert. I've learned this all from just like everybody else, but
I don't know too.
So, yeah, I'm like I say, I'm a little bit leery of it because I want control over where the paint goes, and I'm uncertain that I would have that control with a much larger thing like a sponge.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people do that with the interface, and the iridescent paints, and there's a bunch of techniques. There's the cosmic clouds and things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and those all work, and those work really well with sponges, or even something like saran wrap or something, I don't know if people know what I'm talking about when
I've never attempted to do dry brushing with sponges, if that's his question.
that was his question. Sort of wandered off.
Yeah, I've never done dry brushing with sponges.
Is this how you've done it generally, Sue?
Yeah.
Okay.
you have a lot of control with that. With a sponge, even if you dry up a sponge off, it would be a completely different effect than what you get with the brush on this.
Because you don't necessarily know where all your paint is on the sponge, right?
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would work, Billy.
It was just a
But hey,
question from the audience.
Yep. Bring some sponges to level up. You know, you got nothing else to do at dinner except talk, you know. So
Yeah, I'm gonna bring some little sponges from Tarpon Springs. That's where they go diving for sponges. And
real sponges. Okay.
yeah. And then
I'll take some because I could use that.
yeah, I've only got a few, but I'm bringing them. And I found some little tiny sponges on the end of little sticks, like a thick popsicle stick. I don't know what they use them for. My sister bought them when she was here, and she left them all here. So since they're here, possession is 99% of the law.
That's right.
She can kiss those sponges goodbye. They're
Well,
coming with me.
you should ask her what she used them for.
Oh, she was experimenting with them on painted stuff for the neighbor.
Okay.
But I figured some of them are a half inch, some of them are a quarter inch. There was a couple of them that were as small as
Those are small.
an eighth of an inch. And I thought, well, they'd be fun with small stuff. So I'm going to bring as much as I can so we can all have fun.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Much appreciated. From somebody who's into fun.
Exactly.
So I really like the patterns. I'm noticing as I'm painting these, you've got time to look around at what you're doing. And I really like some of the patterns I've got here. Like I've got one that's kind of a four-leaf clover, and then here that was hexagon with something in the middle. I don't know, it's very interesting. So I'm delighted with how my carving kit turned out.
I love the first one you did that you showed everybody before you started this one. That one I thought came out great.
Thank you. Yeah, I was stoked. I mean, I did that, like I said, I started that around like 1 o'clock this afternoon. So I got disrupted because I had to go make my son lunch and stuff. So
yeah.
But one of the things I'm trying to point out with all of this is that, again, it doesn't take 2 weeks to make one of these pieces. You can do it in a couple hours. So, or less, and you saw how quickly I zipped through the carving there. Okay. And if you were working on a bigger piece and you had bigger burrs, it would go about the same, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So the point is that everybody can do this because it's just, I'm not particularly skilled at it, except that I've got some practice. But if you understand that you move quickly through it, then you can get it done quickly. Daunting, you don't have to say, "Oh, dude, I don't have 2 weeks to commit to it." You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay, so I've gone around twice with this now. So, and I still don't color. So I'm going to go around again. And I want to bring more of it up into this section of it here. So one of the other things I noticed is this paint seems to dry darker too. It looks quite bright blue here on the palette. Maybe if I was painting it heavily, I mean, it's an opaque paint, right? If I was painting it heavily on white, then it would be pretty blue, okay? But on this black and painted so lightly with so little paint, it seems it's coming out a lot darker, which is kind of where I wanted to go with it. And it's the darkest blue I had in the box anyway. So, c'est la vie. So this is now coming along. I like this a lot. I like the color I'm getting. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's really starting to get blue here on the tops of the ridges.
We can see it.
Yep.
Okay.
Did the black bleed through into the inside of the vessel?
No, but it's thick, Billy. So, here I'm a good, 3/4 of an inch here. So if not thicker.
Okay.
So,
That were a question.
Yeah. Well, that's a legit question, but I don't care because the inside of my piece is going to be black anyway.
Right.
So, and I slopped it on knowing that I could get, black where I wanted it quickly and not worry about the interior because I knew it was going to be black anyway. Okay. So it was a factor. So if you're trying to preserve the interior, and the thing to do is to finish the interior first, to get something in those pores, right? To get something, a finish of some kind in there blocking passage so that it doesn't bleed through if you're thin. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
So you finish the inside before you put the stain on the outside. All right, I'm getting there. This is the last pass of this dark blue. How are we doing? 950. Okay. Any other questions or comments or discussion? What y'all talking about in the chat?
I've asked them all.
Sorry, I've been doing administrative stuff, so I'm just back now here the last couple minutes. So
I've been asking.
Yep, I've been hearing you in I hear you in my head, but I hadn't been focused on it. So
understood. So one of the reasons why I want to bring that darker blue up into the section where I'm going to be painting the lighter blue is it's going to go on top of this darker blue. So it'll blend and there'll be a sort of a gradient, which is what I want. I don't want abrupt changes of lines. I want a blend. I want it to the color to change gradually. So, and remember that the top part of the very, very, very top is going to be white. Okay. So this is almost where I want it. All right. So, and this is one of the features of dry brushing is it takes a while. You got to slowly build the paint up. And that's how it works. That's how dry brushing works. Is you're building up layer by layer. Very, very light paint. You don't want to glop it on.
It's showing up there in that middle better than it did before.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've been around 3 times on this. I probably didn't take as much paint off as I should have this last pass. There's a little bit extra paint on there. So I'm making sure that I spread it. Being aggressive and getting it down inside here to get the ridges, the teeth ridges. Okay. So they're slightly blue too. So all right, I'm really liking this. Okay, good enough. Okay. Next version. Next bit. So I got to do some cleaning. Otherwise the paint will harden and it's a pain in the butt to get off. So one of the things I do, one of the prep things I do before I start doing any of this is I cut up a bunch of paper towels into little squares that I can use to do cleaning with. So they're like 2 inches by 2 inches. So I got a stack of these things here. These little paper towels that I use to clean things up with.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you get paint everywhere. Okay, I'm done with that. So the next one we're going to clean the brush. The brush. Okay. The next is going to be this turquoise. They call it Caribbean, whatever your poison is. I'm not going to use anywhere near as much paint previously, and I'm only going to do this section out in here with it and take it up near the top. Okay. Any other questions?
Not yet.
We're still looking.
Same technique, but I want to put it down the middle and push it to either side. I don't want heavy to cover my blue. I want it to gradually get there. So it's kind of like airbrushing that way, in that, you know, you're pulling away from the paint. You know, the further away you get from where you're spraying or brushing, the lighter the paint gets. That's kind of the idea. And I'm going to cover this top with white, so I can take it. If I get too much paint somewhere, I can take it up to the top of it and get rid of it that way. So, and again, now I'm really focused on not going down in the cavities. This one, I'm really focused on just coming across the top of the ridges. Passage, good. Not doing any of the aggressive stuff. I'm just coming across the top of the ridges with my brush. So what the effect is when I'm doing it this way is I get this dark blue, and then it gradually becomes lighter as I get close to the top, and whiter, because this is a lighter, whiter color. This Caribbean. Paint there. It's almost like watching paint dry, but not quite. But it's still better than golf.
Are you going to put some brighter colors on there?
Yeah. So this is pretty bright, and I don't know if you can tell the difference. You can see it a little bit, but this is reasonably bright. So the only other color I'm going to do across the top. So if you look at this piece, the example piece, okay, that's what I've done here. Okay, is I've got the dark blue, then the turquoise in here, then the white at the top. Okay. So this is not quite as bright. This turquoise is not quite as bright as the example piece is, and I want it brighter. Again, the lighting here and what you guys see in the camera is a little deceptive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You always got the camera making things bigger or making it darker. Yeah.
Yeah, or it kind of washes it out a little bit since it's different, quite as distinct as it is in person. So the camera pictures that I took this afternoon and put on my Facebook page, those are better. Those show it better. Are Michelle and Doug still here?
You don't know.
Michelle and Doug from Arizona sing out.
Her iPad
Yep, they are.
Her
Okay,
iPad's
cool.
on.
Hey,
Well,
Michelle.
I hope that you guys are
We're-
getting good stuff out of this.
Where at in Arizona are you from? I'm down in Tucson. You can always untap and say.
Or as we like to say here in
that's
Texas,
that's
Texan.
that's right. We talked a year ago. That's right. Yep, you're up in Oro Valley. Yep. Yeah, I got a trap mind. I remember stuff that I should forget.
And forget stuff you should remember.
No, I don't forget stuff I should remember, but I remember stuff that I should forget.
All right, this is pretty good here. I like this. This would be good by itself, but I'm going to put the white on because I can, because we're here. Wipe it off. First mat, wipe it off. All right, do you guys want me to fold the tents here because we're getting close to the top of the hour?
Yeah, sure. Why not? Roll it in. And I know we'll see the finished piece next week.
Yep. So the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put white on here and I'm going to part it off right here.
Oh, okay.
And I can do that. It'll take a couple minutes, or we can just call the evening.
Go ahead. We're still waiting for demoitis, so go ahead and spin that thing up a couple thousand RPMs.
Oh, I'm going to take precautions.
I say take your time and finish it in white up on top. And then
Yeah, don't listen to me and Billy.
Yeah, don't listen to
them. Don't drag me into this.
We all stay late
right.
anyways.
I heard you chuckling. I heard you chuckling in the background.
Michelle said, "How will you finish?"
Lacquer, spray lacquer. Light coats. And this is a satin lacquer, not a shiny one. So, all right, this is the white.
Yeah.
So you want a satin finish on these because if you get it too shiny, it doesn't look right.
Exactly. Yeah, that looks phenomenal.
Thank you, Sue. So the way I'm doing this now, I'm putting the paint right on the very, very top, and then I'm spreading it out from there. So I want it whiter. So that the beauties of this is that if you have enough color on something, you can always add color. And the second cool part is if you get too much color, you can always overpaint it and come back and redo it. So there's a lot of flexibility with this.
That, and you can do like with I did the front of my house in dry brush. I went and I've got vertical slats in my peaks, and I wanted them to look aged, and so they're like a light aqua. And then I dry brushed them the oyster white that's on the rest of the house to make them look aged, and it came out really good. So yeah.
That sounds really interesting. Is that kind of like a wash?
What?
What you did?
No, I actually did a dry brush like what you're doing.
Okay, cool.
Only it was an old 4-inch wide paintbrush that was kind of worn out that I used for dry brushing. But yeah, it came out good.
Well, you were some variability, some artistic license. Your paintbrush was adding texture and whatnot to the piece.
well, yeah, that's just it. It's rough wood, and it was painted the aqua blue, and then we took the oyster white and dry brushed it horizontally against the vertical wood. So
cool.
Yeah, it picked up all.
I'm getting something here. Here's your demoitis, Dane. So the paint is still a little too wet, and I didn't get the little receptacle cleaned out enough. So there's a little bit of blue in it. I'm not getting the white I want on the top. So I'm going to spin this up a minute and clean out my little palette receptacle again, and try it again. add white in a minute. Let it dry for a little bit. All right, comments, questions? Anybody else?
So we got a question. Lighter paints seem to sink once they go on, or is it just the camera that's making it look that way?
The word sink, is it spelled S-I-N-K?
Yeah.
So does that mean they're getting darker?
I'm not sure. What do you mean, Scott?
I mean, they don't really show up as being white or turquoise. They look like they almost blend right into the black background.
Well,
right. That's why I was asking about the coloring. Yep, I hear you, Scott.
Yeah, but understand that this game is you're very slowly building layers of color. Okay, so when the brush actually hits the wood or the surface, there's almost no paint on it at all, because not only have I wiped it off in the receptacle on the palette, but I wiped it off on the paper towel. Okay, so there's almost no paint. So
okay,
gradually and slowly. Okay, so that's why I said, okay, when I was doing the turquoise, it was like, this is not turquoise enough for me. I didn't have enough paint on there yet, so I had to do another pass because I wanted to add more paint to get it more. You know what I mean? So if you try to put too much paint on the brush or too much paint on the piece at one time, it just goes everywhere, and you fill up all your cavities, and it looks like hell. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
The whole purpose of the dry brushing is that exactly is you're building up slowly, very, very thin layers of paint until you get, and piece here, you can see this. I did this afternoon, right? So you can see this. I did this exact same paints. You can see that this is white here, and you can see that there's turquoise in here. Okay. So, and that's why I said, I'm not getting the color I want here with the white. So I'm gonna let it dry a little bit because it's too close to the turquoise. So I need to put. I wanted to start fresh in that receptacle with new paint, and go from there.
Okay.
That in order to see the next color, he has to put it on more than 6 times. I mean, that's how little paint's going on there. You're painting with a dry brush. So if you get some particles of paint on there, you got to paint it a lot.
I've got one stroke on, and I've got more strokes on, and the strokes are overlapping. So I put in this little batch here, I put at least four little coats of thin paint on that surface that I just painted.
And as it dries, paint does darken when it dries.
Yeah, and you're dealing with a dark background to begin with, so that's part of the equation too. So this one is a little different than the first one I did. It's not quite as turquoise in here. So, and I think that, this afternoon it was hotter, and I was distracted between coats of paint, so I literally had to cut out a couple times. So that probably gave it more time to dry, give me a better surface. So,
Okay.
I do like this though. This is kind of interesting. It's different but interesting.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, well, thank you. And there's a lot of different color combinations. For instance, one of the things that I've been meaning to do a sort of a fire looking effect where you're dry brushing reds and yellows and oranges and stuff from dull glow to fiery cracks or whatever. So I've got plans for a couple more of these.
This is
All
a
right,
really
so
great
Matt,
idea.
That'd be cool.
so Matt, I'm going to
That
try
would
and
be cool.
I'm going to try to interpret the question. Did you paint the bottom? So the question says, did you paint the bottom V, just dry brush the bottom? Looks like the bottom is subtly colored.
You mean this part of the texturing?
Well, I'm that's what I'm not sure about.
Yeah, the whole thing was dyed black, and
Yeah,
then
so
he
see,
started laying the dry brush, Michelle.
Yeah, so this is pretty good now with the white. So maybe one more pass and I'll be happy.
Michelle, did that answer your question?
Yeah, so yeah, the divots were it was all inclusive, all dyed the dark black with the indigo ink, and then he
Or,
went
or it was a black spirit stain, but
or the spirit stain, whatever the black dye was, and then the goes on over the little edges that were left from the carving, and
so
you
let me
build up
shoot you. Let me shoot you from the tail. Let me shoot you from the tailstock camera. It's a little better here. Can you see the difference now?
Yeah, now you can see the difference. Yeah. You can see the white and you can see the black or the dark blue.
Yeah, so I've got the white and I've got a turquoise in here, and then the darker blue, and that goes down to about here. Okay, and then
That is
the
just
rest
gorgeous.
Yeah, when you show it from your above camera that you were, none of those colors are showing up, and that's why I was wondering if it was just the camera or if it was, if the
Right.
paint was just
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It was the camera and the light, the angle of the camera and the lighting.
Yeah. I have a very high lumen light over the lathe. Okay, so it's like 4800 something. It's a shop light.
Yeah.
So
yes, Michelle. Everything was solid black.
Solid black.
Yeah. So the first thing I did was chestnut spirit stain. All right. All right. You ready for the fun and games, Dane?
Yeah, we can play a little bit with that.
Well, I'm just going to part it off. So
you do what you want to do, buddy.
Okay.
If you want to wait and do it later, fine. You can do it now. Give everybody what they're waiting to see. We're game for it. You got this. It's all second half for you.
All right.
So you're going to part it off now, folks.
Put in rubber chuck.
What are you going to put a rubber chucky in there for? Explain.
I put the rubber chucky in there to stabilize it and to keep it from coming off hard.
Correct.
All right, so I've got to find this. Let's use the skew to start with. And let's get glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. Because this wood is so soft, It tears very easily. Cutting tool. I'll undercut that so it sits flat. If I can get in there with the right angle with the right tool, the parting tool's tearing it up.
Where that thin tool comes into play.
And because it's a demo,
You're good. Stop right there.
Yep.
Thank you. Yep. You're good. Good job, Matt.
Great
Thank
demo,
you, Dan.
buddy.
Yeah, it was a great demo.
Good job. Good job.
All right, so there we go.
Very good. Thank you.
Yep. Oh, look how wonderful it came out, man. It came out great.
Yeah, and I'm delighted. It's a nice
Right.
piece. I got a little bit of fixing up to do inside and on the bottom, but it's all good. So
Nice demo. Yep. That's
Really,
going to be
really
beautiful.
was. Really was, Matt.
Yeah.
Very, very enjoyable. Very enjoyable evening.
thank you, Al.
That really was.
Yeah.
Really was.
Matt, thank you for stepping up for this week.
Sure.
Matt was a last minute fill in. We talked yesterday to finalize what was going to be done tonight. And, it's people like Matt, our other demonstrators that step up on last minute when somebody falls out, and we just roll with the punches, folks. That's what we do here. And, we're here to entertain, try to teach. We hope that everybody learns something from what they observe and see from the demonstration on, during the evening. So, with that, my hat's off to you, Matt. I really appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, Dane. My pleasure. I had fun making these. I haven't made some of these in a while, and it was fun.
Yeah, you did a good
Happy to
job.
do
There
it.
was a lot of good questions. I missed some of them, but I could hear Billy chuckling in the background and getting them out there for you. And I know they were answered for the people that were asking them, and I appreciate that. Billy's he's a great mini me. I really appreciate you too, Billy.
Thank you very
I
much,
don't
guys.
care-
I
I don't
appreciate
care
the
what they
both
say
of you.
about you.
I appreciate the both of you and your support on the demos
Oh
too.
my
Thank you,
goodness.
guys.
Hey,
Yeah, shit's getting deep, right?
Yeah, I ain't got my boots
Matt.
on. Come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
Matt.
man, me neither.
Matt,
That's why I don't wear a watch anymore.
what size of piece did you start out with?
Geez, I don't know. It's probably 7 inches in diameter. Just
That
something
was
with
my
a log.
question. That's
Yeah.
all I needed to know. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the finished piece is not very big. Find something to measure it with. I usually have 4 rulers sitting up here.
Nope, you need to get some magnets attached to them.
I do. I absolutely do. So the finished piece is about 6 inches in diameter, a little less than 6 inches in diameter.
Okay.
Oh,
That's
down
perfect.
down on the crown, the outside diameter.
Yeah, the outside diameter. It's a little bit less than
Yep.
6
Okay.
inches.
So you're about 3 for the the opening.
Yeah,
Two and a half. Yep.
That's
Right
about
on.
right.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
no, the opening
Right on.
the opening's probably less. The opening is probably
About two and a half. About two and a half.
Yeah,
it's a real long way for me to see, so I'm just.
It's about 2.25, Dane.
I was a quarter inch off. That's not bad for 2,000 miles away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on, right on, right on. I still got that eye.
Yeah. Yes, you
Whatever
do,
works,
sweetie.
Very good. Very good. Good. Well, once
All
again,
right, any other
folks,
questions for me?
If
Other questions for
right,
me or something?
anybody else have any questions for Matt? If not, he will be showing the finished piece next week. So please check back next week. You will see a fantastic semi-gloss. Is that what you said, or satin?
Satin.
Like satin lacquer finish on the final piece there, and you'll have everything dyed on the inside as well. So very cool. I think it was a great demo.
Yes, it was. Yes,
I
it
don't know what
was.
anybody else thinks, but yeah, right on. All right, so with that, we will call this the demarcation point of the main meeting. Everybody that's on here, I want to say thank you for showing up, showing out. There was a lot of good gallery tonight, a lot of good discussion on stuff, and we will keep things open for the after hours. All I ask is that you turn your video camera on and partake within the after hours. That way, this is the way we get to know each other, between you, I, and everybody else that hangs out here, and it's unabridged, and we talk about all things, including wood turning. And so with that, we'll stop the recordings.